They'd be better if they were cold, these, you know, Kieran.
What, cold what? You're not
These cans.
Yeah, I've got a cold one in there. Do you want a cold one? But I was saving that for the second episode. So... That one's cold.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah, see. Do you want the cold one of this? Yeah,
I think I need my greens. Do you know what I think?
Well, yeah.
I need lion's mane mushroom, I need.
Swap that.
Excellent. There we go.
Oh, do you want it back? What?
There's no one in here today.
It's good.
And I was thinking about maybe getting something else. Switching it.
What?
I don't know, like air hockey, what? Something.
Oh, yeah,
Mix
that's
it
good.
up.
That's good.
You know, keep it interesting then.
Do you?
That's what happens if you shit at table tennis.
Well, it just feels like there's so much space.
You're right.
So much space to do stuff.
We're getting less and less people in the
These are getting
audience.
fancier and fancier. What happened?
It might ramp up, though, in a few weeks.
Is it?
It could do.
Why?
It
What you done now?
sometimes just
What you done without us now?
Ebbs and flows. No, it just does, doesn't it?
Are we
Sometimes people-
allowed to bring people?
Yeah, a couple, yeah. It's fine,
Yeah.
just to watch.
Do you need tickets?
Jill, the
or-
most important thing is...
Yes, look.
Yeah, look, see?
Roy, you didn't even notice.
Do you want...
No, give me a
Fueled by
chance.
box to box. It's
Nice
not.
one,
It's
Jill.
not
You've
a
got
new
us, you've got it all.
sponsor. We couldn't afford it.
I had my breakfast.
Do you want one?
Roy, put this under there for us, please. Just do it. What's up with
Do you think this has come round really quick?
Yeah.
Like really quick?
Oh, Roy, Righty would like us to film every week rather than every 2 weeks.
Would you?
Come up every week.
Right,
yeah.
once every day. Serviette there, please, Karen.
What, and just do one episode?
Gone with the-
No, but less is more. Probably just come up and visit me.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's just been.
Remember,
busy
Righty used to
getting
come up
into
on a
the season.
Tuesday and have a
Yeah.
stew. No, I mean, then they get sick of that and then they just, you know what I mean?
Oh, I thought you used to come down
No,
off the
no,
Champions League
come on,
together.
no.
I know.
You did it at the start, the novelty wore
It's just
off.
been the summer's just gone, and now we're getting back into
No,
it.
but even the end of last...
I was going to go last night.
Transactional, Ian.
It's not.
Celtic, you could have watched the Celtic game. Two Celtic lads together could have watched Celtic. Why don't you come up?
Why don't you come up anymore?
Exactly.
It's just because I've been busy. Why are you going on what you digging me out for? I've just been busy at the start of the season. I would have came up with my missus.
What's the point? Sorry, what's the point in being busy?
Yeah.
All of you. It's
I've
no
been
good having
doing
been
a bit
busy
of
and having all that
running
money if you
about.
can't make time for your friends.
I've been
Keep your
running
money,
about.
keep your houses, time for your friends. Jeez.
I'm going to not say anything because it doesn't get through anyway. So
When did you do the Eze interview, Ian?
I don't know.
Oh,
you know what?
oh, you had time for that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they called
one
me.
of your
It was the night
brothers.
before. It was the night before. You know, I've got a call and say, listen.
On the Friday?
Yeah, it was a Thursday, wasn't it?
Thursday?
It's a good signing, though, isn't it?
Oh my God, what a sign.
Thanks. He's a
You
good
know
boy.
what?
Really good.
You know what's good about it? It was so... You could see him and his family. You know something?
Wasn't it a nice walkout with his face? His
Beautiful.
face was so happy.
Yeah, but the
it's
thing,
like,
you can't lie about
no.
His
how
face.
happy he was, you know? And then the thing's the whole family are just staunch Arsenal. It would have been...
Yeah.
And, like, can you imagine what the whole family was going through? Thinking, well, he's going to be playing for Tottenham. You know what I mean? It was just like... But, like, the pure happiness and joy of him being there, you just... You know, you just feel like it's gonna work out for him. I want it to work out for him simply for that reason. He's where he wants to be. It's very rare. You get where you want to be. You know, at the level he's at. You know what I can't believe when you look at.
They've all done it.
Yeah, but they were there. They were there. You know what I mean? He's had to go.
Chill,
He got thrown out of there at 13 and came back and always wanted
what's
to be
his
there.
journey then? Go on, tell us his journey.
When he was a youngster, he was at all the clubs. He was at Millwall. He was at all of them.
Okay.
You know,
But you all like, and you just got rejected.
Why did-
No, but that's the same for
Yeah, but
everyone,
I'm just-
Righty.
Yeah, but it's
Echo
his
every
story.
story's like
Jesus Christ.
Hollywood
Listen,
stuff.
you know what's really tough about being on here? You know what's really tough?
in a sausage
You know what's really tough about being on here is when you're trying to explain something
go
with
on,
a little bit of
Feeling.
He's doing eyes. He's going like this.
Go on.
You know, have you seen his face? The one he does.
That's going out today. It's going out tomorrow.
This episode of Stick to Football is brought to you by ARNE Clothing.
At the moment, Liverpool might be described as the most entertaining team. I don't want that.
Someone's talking about tactics, going, shut up, I'm doing it. You're being card.
Did you mention how close he was going to Tottenham?
It was done. You could feel it. You can't believe it. It's happened.
That pressure will be building on him already for the next few games. And I look at him and I just think, are you quite ready for this?
He's got to win small football matches. He's got to find a way to win.
Why are you bringing her on? She's fucking shit.
No, you-
That was already.
I don't think signing Gyökeres wins you the league. I think if Arsenal are going to win the league, it's still down to the two centre-backs and the goalie.
I gave that man a lot of flowers, bro. That was crazy.
Yeah.
What I was watching.
You know, people might think I was an anarchy git, but if something happened, I would kind of move on quickly enough. But if he's your captain or your senior player or one of your leaders, these are not good traits.
All I'm saying is that the journey, and for a player as good as he was, I cannot understand how so many teams didn't take him when you look at what he was capable of doing. For him to stay in it, get himself, QPR have got to get a lot of credit for taking him on.
Yeah.
And then Palace, obviously, for paying the 20 million for him. And then him getting to a place where he's now gone. He's gone. He's gone where he wants to be. And now he's at the place
But maybe
he
some of
wants to
that's on
be.
him, Righty, if you know what I mean.
Well, you
must have been
have to
something
question
as a
that,
kid,
Royce,
yeah.
simply because of how good he is.
Yeah, of course. But the talent, as we know, when you're younger, is not enough. We've all seen it at the big clubs.
It'd be nice
And
to
some
make-
lads, you know, they get sidetracked.
Where does he play, right, in the team? If he eventually nails down a position, because the position when I look the way Arsenal play right now, it almost feels like Declan Rice plays in that role, the way he played at
I think
Crystal Palace.
he's going to be. I think he'd probably be on that left side. When you asked him, he said
Left wing.
left side coming inside. I don't know. Miles Lewis,
I was
Skelly,
going to
things
ask
going
that.
outside. You know what I mean? He weren't bothered. He said, "Listen, I just want to play and stamp myself and then go from there."
We said we were going to go to the
He's
middle.
definitely
We're going to the middle of the
starting.
show here, but we might as well because we've started on it. On Sunday against Liverpool, they're obviously going to play Gyökeres, and I think Madueke's probably going to play in Saka's
Yeah,
position.
Saka, yeah.
But do you think he'll play him on the left or Trossard or Martinelli? Do you think Trossard will come in?
Martinelli didn't even get on the other day.
No, that's what I'm saying. But do you think he'll play Eze there, or do you think Trossard or Martinelli on that Sunday? Because it's a big game.
I'd probably like him to. I'd like him to start him.
Yeah.
Throw him in because we have to go there to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What we're doing this season, especially now, we got the injury with Saka and Ødegaard. Bam, yeah, that happens. But we've got the squad is deep enough now. We've got to still go there. With Madueke, hopefully Eze comes in, Gyökeres, and we've got to go there to win.
Yeah, but you don't have to win, Righty.
You don't have to win, but you have to have the intention. Remember Scholesy? I remember seeing with Scholesy saying, "Listen,
I agree with Scholesy on this as well.
Yeah, but maybe towards later on the season, they're still going to Liverpool, by the way.
Still to put a statement
No.
out. You know?
Roy, I'm not saying
know
we have
that.
to go there and win. I'm saying
Right.
we have to go there with the intention
Intention
to win. So not like going and playing on the back foot. Go there to try and put Liverpool on the
Trossard
pressure.
would be the safe bet, wouldn't it? Like doing a job on that left-hand side.
Yeah, I
He'd
think
play
so.
Martinelli, wouldn't it? Would Eze be on the bench?
I don't think he'll play Martinelli.
Pace.
He didn't even come on the other day.
I don't think he will. He was really struggled at Old
Yeah,
Trafford,
he was
didn't he?
poor against
What do you think about Gyökeres? Like, when I watch him, like, do you think he runs the There's a few times I think he's in them wide areas and he's crossing, but he needs to be more central, do you not think?
Just saw some. I mean, he's a bit clumsy. He's a bit awkward at times. But I quite like him. I
Yeah,
think
he's
how-
so
I think he's got a
strong.
body on him.
You know what?
But you want him central,
They'll get you-
don't you?
yeah.
I actually liked him at Old Trafford. And a lot of people said he was really poor. There were things that I saw because I thought De Ligt had a brilliant game. I
tell
thought
you,
he looked
did.
like he.
You know
could.
what as well, Roy? You know what happened with him as well is that because when's the last time Arsenal actually played with a proper number 9?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I watched him against United make runs. I watched him to some of the runs he was making against Leeds. But it's obviously during training they've said when he does that, do it. Because even when he scored his goal where he ran, Calafiori didn't even look. He just put it in, and that didn't happen at United. So I think, Jill, what happens is that once they get used to his kind of move, what he's going to do, then hopefully people will start.
He's not
to-
silky, is he? I think he's one of
no,
these ones where
he's
you
a
might...
bulldozer.
We'll constantly talk about probably things he doesn't do,
Yeah.
but he'll end up scoring you lots of goals.
Yeah.
I
And
think so.
he's that old-fashioned striker. The way he runs, he's a bit... It's not pretty to look at.
Yeah.
But come the end of the season, I bet you go, listen, he's got us 20 goals, lads.
Even the goal, Roy, even the goal he scored, it was like it was.
Unorthodox.
No, but it was like really. Yeah. It was like you're a striker.
He's like Stephen Wooden, isn't he? Yeah. He's like an old-fashioned striker.
But I'm a little bit like. I think at the end of our, last season with Arsenal, say, okay, you need a striker, probably need to score more goals. Does Arteta need to not change, but sort of alter it a bit in terms of maybe being a bit more on the front foot? But even in the first 2 games what I've watched, I don't think signing Gyökeres wins you the league. I think if Arsenal are going to win the league, it's still down to the 2 centre-backs and the goalie. I still think Arsenal's thing we're going to be the best team in this league defensively by a long way.
But this is why, Jamie, as well, when people can continually go on about he scores against the lower end teams and the mid block. If he does that for us this season, then we could do it.
Yeah.
Because, if that's what we're bringing him, I don't think that's a slight on him. If that's what he does, and we don't lose. Like we've been.
Well, it wasn't like he
top
took the penalties, well, did you? You know, when in
Honestly,
the cup and
did you
goes,
see him as
"Give me
well?
one." That's
Yeah,
another
bam,
goal for a player.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I loved? Obviously, we don't know him. We're getting to know him, aren't we? As a player, but also as a personality. I love the celebration with
like
the
it.
hair and that, because people have been saying in
He
the
touches
first
his hair a
game.
lot.
Why does he do?
He touches his hair a lot.
I know, but what I'm saying is, people said in the first game, didn't he? There was a stat, he touched his hair more than he touched the ball. So he's obviously seen it on social media.
Do you think he's doing it more than?
I was like...
It's a nervous thing, obviously.
But my worry from a Liverpool point of view with Arsenal is that, like, if you think of last season, I think Arsenal's defence was just a bit better than Liverpool's, but Liverpool's attack was a lot better than Arsenal's. And if Arsenal's attack will improve, probably with Gyökeres getting more goals, but also if the injuries aren't as bad, Saka, obviously, the games they missed last season. But I think Liverpool's defence could drop. You know, that matchup with last season, Arsenal...
But Liverpool's kind of balance it. You always feel like they're going to score 2 or 3.
It's only 2 games, but I still think Arsenal will be the best team in the league defensively. I don't think that will change.
Yeah.
My worry is Liverpool might drop defensively because they've got almost more attacking options.
It might drop. They have dropped.
Well, it has, but it's 2 games. I agree with you, Roy.
At the minute, you look at Van Dijk and the load. At the moment, I know it's only a few games. He looks...
He was immense on Monday.
Yeah,
That
it's
game
like
was
if he's not in and around.
No, he was.
in and
Roy,
around.
to be fair, I know he wouldn't
You're going to say
header.
it's his job.
But just something.
I know, some big headers.
Oh, it was some big... Just go back to Eze a second.
Especially against
when
Burnley.
you talk about sort of breaks in life, and you talked about, obviously, sort of at Millwall and QPR.
Yeah.
But if Havertz doesn't get injured in training, he's gone to Tottenham, hasn't he? He's not...
Sliding doors, bro.
It's like unbelievable. But that's the bit that I think, when you think about a bit of luck or that little bit of something that happens in your life, how close was he? Did you mention how close he was going to Tottenham? Did he?
It was done.
It was done. So he's literally there.
It's only, he's very God-fearing. I know a lot of people would say, oh, here we go. But they genuinely believe that it's happened because it's meant to happen. Yeah. You know how this works, right? Yeah. They genuinely believe that that's why it's happened. That's why, like you say, when he walked out the tunnel and he looked...
Yeah.
You can feel it, you can't believe it. It's happened. And so...
But that's a turn in life that you just think...
That video you
When he
showed
walks
him.
out there, imagine if he walked out Old Trafford, he'd have a bigger smile, a bigger stadium.
Would he? That video from Thierry Henry, though, he was just so happy to get it, wasn't he?
Well, because Thierry's the one, isn't it? Thierry's the one that they adore, all of them.
It's a bit much, all that stuff, don't it? Jokes aside, a player signs for a club, videos of ex-players, like, really.
The greatest player in our history. Welcome him into the club.
I think
do that
it's amazing.
privately. They just do that
That's
privately.
the thing I'm finding with United. They've lost that.
They have lost it.
They've
You're
lost
right.
the something.
They have
Look,
lost it.
I can feel it. You know what it is?
Yeah.
Liverpool's still got.
Yeah,
there's
we've still got
a
it.
disconnection.
Yeah, there is a disconnection if you treat ex-players badly. You know what I mean? That's it.
You don't forget.
So there's some more stuff. There's some more stuff happening.
It's deeper than
See,
that.
that's the thing Arsenal don't.
You need to FaceTime the new sign.
But I hear you, Roy. We'll do it one day.
We'll come on to Liverpool, Arsenal. Let's just touch on Liverpool Newcastle on Monday night.
Great.
Oh, what a game, by the way.
One of the greatest games of
Greatest.
Premier League history.
I did listen to you.
You know something, just quickly. But I'm hoping that United can get themselves back in where we can see the Liverpool United thing again, because it seems like Newcastle and Liverpool have got that thing now what United and Liverpool used to have.
Signs are good for United. You said last week, didn't you, when they got beaten?
We'll come on to United.
Signs are
But
good. They got
let's
beaten.
let's deal with
Scored
Liverpool,
goals, didn't give a
Newcastle.
clean sheet.
You can have your moment.
We'll give you your moment.
Signs are
Did
good.
you know that was coming?
This episode of Stick to Football is brought to you by ARNE Clothing. Okay, Liverpool, Newcastle. Did we enjoy the game?
Oh, what a game. Can I just say about Van Dijk, though, I think you've got to give him great credit that he didn't make a meal of that tackle. Usually they're rolling around the floor and everything.
I actually thought his ankle, when he caught him...
No, he was lucky.
Yeah.
I thought he was very lucky as well, because the way his ankle went under, it was big, and he's falling... I thought that's what he was...
Isn't football mad? Newcastle kicking Liverpool all over the place, getting stuck in, as you do. There's nothing wrong with that. I like that physicality side of the game. And then anyone touches any of the Newcastle players, they were like rolling around. And Gordon, a prime example. You look at Gordon, he falls over, and he's running on kicking everybody, and then apologising afterwards. I didn't mean it. What were you doing?
I think he apologised because he knew it was a really bad one.
Of course it was a bad one.
Yeah.
You know,
What's the point? Jokes, what's the point in apologising afterwards?
It's a leg breaker,
I didn't need
that,
It could have been because he was
leg
out of
breaker.
control of himself.
If Van Dijk's got his legs set there, it's a leg breaker.
Of course.
And the thing is, when you heard him say, you know what I mean, he just wanted to build the atmosphere.
No.
You don't need to build the atmosphere there.
But I think, right, it was interesting. As the game started, there was a banner in the crowd, sort of get into them. And it was...
Could you feel it?
No, but it was one of them games that I think, it felt like a throwback to me before the game, and the game, everything about it felt like something from the 90s that we'd played. The football wasn't amazing. It wasn't about tactics or systems. It was just about, like, everyone putting big challenges in. So I enjoyed it from that point of view, but I just think, as clubs, you've always got to use something to maybe add a little bit of something to the game. You know, Liverpool are going for Isak. We know what it was about. But it went too far.
Yes.
I banned it in the get into them. I think there was someone who was part of the ownership of Newcastle put that on social media. Let's get into that. My point being is this game is built up and I've just said use something like the Isak situation to sort of add an extra edge. I get that. But I am sat there a little bit thinking Liverpool have just made a bid for a player. What else is it? You know what I mean?
But the amount of times Liverpool, Cara, to be fair, over the last 20, 30 years, will have used that type of sort of angst against them and got carried away and sort of like,
I'm saying that's what we would have
you
done
nearly
in
took
Europe.
Nani's leg off in a game, you know what I mean?
I know, but my point I'm trying to make is I'm not having a go at them for it. My point was it did go too far. A man's got sent off.
Too far, but who took it too far? Newcastle.
They've ended up losing a man. If they don't lose a man, they probably win the game.
But as bad as Liverpool were, they stood up to all that stuff. And 2 or 3, the beauty for Newcastle. Listen, I love football because of the physicality. But these Newcastle lads are getting stuck in and they're appealing for every decision. And ironically, 1 gets sent off, 2 go off injured. So Liverpool also stood up to that side of it. That's why I'll give Liverpool credit. And they wrestled back to win the game.
Yes.
Liverpool could have easily had 2-2 going. This, lads, it's been a bad night. We've thrown it away. We'll take the point and move on.
You know,
we all felt there was another goal coming.
Yeah.
Maybe, but even Newcastle look at it and go, maybe we should have took the draw. So I'll give again credit to Liverpool. Yeah, they've started poorly in terms of their performances, but they've scored 4 at home. No, you can't keep that all season. I get it. So you can look at Newcastle. You go, lads, we're all up for it. You know, if you're up for it, lads, you've got to be up for the physical side of it. Ultimately, I'd give all the plaudits to Liverpool. You stood up to it. You're up in Newcastle. Their record's fantastic anyway. And they found their way through.
To be fair, Roy, I thought Liverpool were really poor.
But it was shocking.
But it's a sign of a good
game. The manager puts a young kid on in a tight game like that. You go, and that's the bravery. The man, he done it last week with Chiesa. He comes on. So you need your players off the bench, and he throws a young kid on going, do you know, in a hostile atmosphere like that,
They came up with the goods, James.
No, they did.
Look at, like, Szoboszlai playing it right, but you can see they target him.
He was brilliant.
But they'll improve, Jim. Kanate
But I think in terms of the manager, you think of since the manager's come in, and you talk about, you always say this, and you're right, Roy, Liverpool always score. There's only 1 Premier League game they haven't scored in. Going back to last season, Nottingham Forest. But I think where the manager showed real courage was when it went 2-2, and I think there was 11 minutes goes up. And Newcastle getting cornered along throw, and I'm sat there thinking, oh my God, imagine losing this game. And if you'd just probably said to me now, draw, even though Liverpool had the extra man, I'd have gone, just take the points. But the manager, when I think of how good the manager's been for Liverpool, his changes from the bench have been unbelievable. To bring, not just throw players on, not because he's a young lad, the size of them, I think it was Harvey Elliott and Rio they bring on, the tiny, and you're thinking Newcastle, every time there's a long throw or a set piece, and you're thinking, oh my God, you know, the ball's coming in. So it wasn't just bringing them on, because sometimes there probably is an element to luck, isn't it? A manager brings someone on, he scores, and it looks great for the manager, but to bring people on that size with Newcastle...
But the satisfaction of football, when you go into any match, the dream is play really well and win. But there's great satisfaction if you play badly and you win a game of football away from home. So in the dressing room after the game, obviously the manager will analyse it over the next few days, and certain players are off, and they're going, look, lads, ultimately, we look back at the end of the season, if you're winning league titles, you go, hey, we got over the line.
But you know the flip side of that, Roy, and this goes back to Man United last week, I always worry when a team lose playing well, and people say, if you play like that every week, we'll be all right. But you won't play like that every week.
no.
If you don't win when you're playing well, that's a big
Ironically,
problem.
you mentioned United, but sometimes when...
We'll come back to them.
No, but not just... But at the same point, you play a certain team at home, Liverpool or Arsenal, you go, hey, they played really well and you're up for it. You're going, yeah, but the tough games then might be Fulham away. I know United have a good record. It's the other games that'll slip you up. You're going to be up for the big home games. It's the other games that can catch you out.
There's a little thing building between you and Slot in the interviews, isn't there? Where obviously, like on Monday night, you heard part of your interview at the end.
Yeah.
You obviously, I think, would you say that obviously everyone sees the game slightly differently, but you do see the game from a defensive structural strength, and you don't like it when Liverpool are a little bit all over the place and they go. Do you think he's looking at you and thinking, no, that's how I'm going to take it? Because I'd be thrilled if I was a Liverpool fan. I've been calling out for this type of football for years, this get rid of methodical, formulaic stuff. I want to see teams do what they did on Monday night, and Liverpool, to be fair, doing what they did against Bournemouth, where they lose 2 goals, then they come back. Do you think there's an element when you're speaking to him now that he knows how you see the game, and he's going to take Liverpool down a route that maybe you don't quite agree with, in the sense of, because I look at Kirkes and Frimpong and these fullbacks, they're not going to change these lads.
Not
Do you know what I mean?
defensive minded.
They're almost going to have to score 3-2. You know what I mean?
I think what's interesting when you've got your own manager, I think as supporters we all hang off as every word he says in the press conference. You're trying to pick something and go for read between the lines. And I think I always picked up, even when Liverpool has won the league, Slot kept saying, every game we had, we only won by 1 goal. Or almost like every game had to go to 90 minutes. And he made the point of saying, in the past, when City were winning leagues, sometimes the game was over after an hour. So it already tells you in his head, even though Liverpool have only not scored in 1 game in the Premier League since he's been there, he's thinking, I want more goals. I want more. Yeah. I want this game over after an hour or 70 minutes. And that's just stuck in my head. And you see the players that they brought in the summer. And right now, the balance isn't right in the team, I don't think. And I think what Liverpool had last season, which was why they won the league, was, if you remember Klopp's teams, when he first came in, and maybe at the end, it was a bit mad end to end, but he got it perfectly right, the balance in the middle when, Liverpool for 2 or 3 years were fantastic. And I felt Slot took a Jurgen Klopp team and took that sort of end-to-end stuff out of it last season. It was a bit more, I think, I used to hear you say, it's a little bit like Man United. He'll play safe, sometimes he'll drop off, sometimes he'll press, sometimes he'll do different things. And I do find it fascinating that he's almost, because I thought that was him almost getting hold of this Klopp team and going, oh, slow down. We don't need to be playing that high up the pitch. We don't need to be running all over the place. But it feels a little bit like Klopp this season in terms of the Community Shield.
Seems a lot more animated this season.
No, a lot more sort of the game is end-to-end and exciting.
Yeah.
But you might be right, and that might be where he wants to take the team. But because on the back of last season, I thought it was almost the opposite, that he just got hold of the Klopp team a little bit and was a bit like, we don't need to be pressing all over the pitch. We don't need to be a high line. But it does feel like he wants more attacking quality in the team. And listen,
but Jim,
I'm always worried when, at the moment, Liverpool might be described as the most entertaining team in the league, if you like. So the first game's 4-2. The game on Monday is an amazing game. I always worry if someone describes my team as the most entertaining. I'd call that was Tottenham last season.
But it can
I don't want that.
But Karen,
It's given Tottenham vibes,
But Karen, no, you can be the most entertaining team and win leagues.
No, I can. I'm entertained as in, like,
You know what I mean?
both teams can score. Not your team are
yeah,
just
but that's not
entertaining.
entertainment. Not when Liverpool are giving up chances.
I don't
Like, you
think
could
it
look at
is.
Liverpool and go, I'll give them all a thumbs up. We go, but you need a centre half.
Yeah.
You can't keep defending like that. Because ultimately, with Arsenal getting stronger now, you will be caught out.
Yeah.
So it's well and good to entertain, but not be giving up that many chances. That's
I
you can't be. I think you must look with his staff and go, listen, a bit of gung ho, that's part of football, and if we win 4-2 every week, everyone would be happy. But ultimately, we're on about Champions League and the bigger prizes or whatever. But they need a centre half.
Do you know
Do you
what
think
I
they'll
said?
get Gearhy?
I think they'll get. They'll probably. Listen, they may do.
Do you
Because
think
Palace have
should they
put in-
prioritise the? Because I think it's already the defence. The defence at Liverpool is more important right now. I know that Ekitike started well. We don't know how he's going to pan out, but surely if you shore up that end, then you
The
then
thing
you go
with
and
the
get Isak
centre
another
back
time or
right
something. I don't know.
is you bring in a body, you say, listen, Kanati's not playing well, you bring a centre back, but that doesn't change the structure of the team because that centre back's just taking his place.
Yeah, but he'd be better. But I think he'd be a better defender than him, Jim.
Listen,
No, but you can defend one-on-one better.
Yes.
If you're going to leave people one-on-one.
I'm not the biggest fan in the world of Kanate. I've heard Liverpool fans talk about him last year, and I'm thinking, whoa. But when you talk about partnerships at the back, Saliba and Gabriel's a partnership. Liverpool don't really have a partnership because they've got one fella doing a lot of heavy lifting, and that's not just with Canati, that was with Gomez and Matip. I've been saying this for years. Liverpool isn't a partnership. It's Virgil van Dijk.
No, but if they're going to play more attacking, they can play with two defenders who can defend one-on-one on counter-attacks.
And Gary, that's the whole point. They signed Canati 3 years ago, because Trent Alexander-Arnold up the pitch, that's his big strength, getting across.
So what about the balance here? Would it be a bit off for the left footer? Does that matter? You think Van Dijk's comfortable either side?
Van Dijk's always been on the left foot. What you're saying, that's Canati's strength.
It's
not that he's playing really
if Gay and Van Dijk are there, they can. Look, he's not playing well at the moment. He's lost his confidence, Canati. But if Gay is a better one-on-one defender at the moment than Canati, at least then they can be as attacking as they are, and they'll deal with those counter-attacks better. Because if you think about the goal that Bournemouth scored, you know, the lad was one-on-one at Canati. Gay might have gone and took it off him.
I agree with you. He's been shocking. I've said that. But I'm not the biggest fan of Canati. But his one big strength is what you're saying.
He's lost something, hasn't he?
He's not playing well. It's 2 games. The point I'm trying to make is the whole reason Liverpool bought, because he's got unbelievable recovery pace to get into those channels to cover Trent Alexander-Arnold. But if you remember on this show last year, I said Liverpool need a left-back, a number 10 and a centre-forward to go into the team. So every player, and they've got it right back because we didn't know Trent was leaving then, but every player that's been brought in is more attacking. So Kearkes is more attacking than probably Andy Robertson. Frimpong's actually more attacking than Trent, and that he overlaps. Trent would almost come into midfield. The number 10 position, Szoboszlai was more of a worker, number 10, you know, a grafter. But this Wirtz is an attacking player who wants to get on the ball. So every player is more forward thinking. I think that's probably also one of the reasons why.
Because at the minute.
Yeah, he's found it tough the first 2 games. I mean, your first away game in an atmosphere like that, I mean, I don't think you're probably playing another away game like that with that physicality, to be fair. It will be tough. But listen, you know, the eyes will be on him. He's a lot of money, isn't he? So, but
if you're a club at Liverpool, you're on about Canati having a difficult... But surely a manager's job, like, if there's somebody out there who think is better, and you're saying he's had 2 or 3, a tough start. In 6 months' time, you the signs were there. We should have moved them on.
Yeah.
That's the gamble you
But
might
Crystal
take. If someone's better out there, Jill, you try and go and get them.
Yeah.
That's what the
But Crystal Palace have gone for Akanji, haven't they? Which is that not a sign that...
Oh, who knows, yeah.
He's on his way out.
What's happened there? I like Akanji. I thought he was a good player.
I think he's a great player. He'd be a great signing for Palace.
Because Liverpool ain't played. When's the last time Liverpool played with a number 10? Do you think it's going to take some time for them to get used to a proper... Because he is a number 10. Was it Coutinho?
Yeah, Coutinho was that type of player. And if you think...
Stevie played off of Torres, but...
Yeah. When you think of Liverpool's success under Klopp, that came after Coutinho moving on, so they had a very workman-like midfield. Last season was a workman-like midfield. Szoboszlai, even though Klopp didn't play with a number 10, Liverpool did last season with Szoboszlai, but he wasn't Cole Palmer, he wasn't Kevin De Bruyne, he wasn't Odegaard, he wasn't that type. So Liverpool wanted that type, but they have lost something in terms of maybe... He used to cover a lot for Salah. Don't forget, getting across, because Salah doesn't really run back. So at the moment, there's things that need...
The difference with Liverpool last year, obviously Liverpool now are the champions. They've spent a lot of money. Last year, they were under that radar, start of the season, nobody talking about them. Now we're saying if Liverpool... Listen, the sign is when you win the league, it's fantastic. But when they last won it, they didn't defend it that well. So that extra pressure on Liverpool now going, see what kind of champions you really are.
It's very early. Are you worried about the full-back areas?
Yeah. I mean, I think not so much as in like more that 2 fullbacks who looks like they just really want to bomb on the outside. And I think sometimes, I mentioned this on Monday Night Football, Trent, on here we used to talk about him every week, the Trent slot, we'll have the Trent slot now. And we used to talk about him being poor defensively, 1v1. But what he did actually do was, if you actually think of Trent as a player, he very rarely overlapped. He never overlapped. He was always behind Salah. So if the ball ever sort of broke down, he was always in a position to stop at a counter-attack. Whereas now you've got 2 fullbacks going. That's it. Just
that header the other night. When I see a fullback not looking to head the ball, and they're just trying to.
He's had the first 2 games for Kirk has been tough, haven't they? Been very tough.
It'd be interesting if Andy Robertson comes in against Arsenal.
You know, you're on about going for a big... I'm on about basic stuff. That's just defending across. We're talking about you're going to a new club, different system. You're going, no, that's just defending across.
Yeah.
It's funny because when you watch him, and people don't understand when you say, yeah, but we'll see when he's with a different club, bigger club, more pressure. And in 2 games, I'm seeing the kind of mistakes and the kind of like, not just the mistakes, but the nervousness of him, I never saw that at all. And so this is, again, when players move to a club of stature, this is something that they got to get over that quickly and realise this is another level. I've got to go to that next level.
We are only 2 games in, though, as well.
No,
Do you not
but
think we're like...
3 games, the Community Shield.
Yeah, the Community Shield.
Conceded 3 games.
But the thing is,
against
Joe,
Bournemouth,
that's the start. You'd have thought that you would have started well because you're good enough, and then it might fade off a little bit as it goes on when the pressure builds. But for it to be like that right from the start, you're thinking, well, you're probably gonna try and get.
Do you know what helps these lads though who are trying to sell into a club and you're finding their way when you're winning a few games? I know we're highlighting it, and that's what we do. But generally speaking, when a lad goes to a club, if you win a few games, going, you know what, that'll settle down. If you were losing these games, or you weren't picking up the maximum points, you'd be really pointing fingers at lads. But while you're getting the results, you go, listen, I know you're settling in, but get up to speed quickly.
Yes.
But while we're winning, you're kind of getting away with it. If we start losing a few games.
Do you think he would have been angry with them at the end of the game? So happy with the result and the resilience, but do you think he would have said to them, we've got to play? I mean, do you think he would have had a few words with them?
Surely they judge the performance, though. Do you know what I mean? Like each week, no matter what the result is, you go into the analysis room and you go through what went
after
well.
the game, I'd be surprised if he went after him, Jill.
No, not after them, but I'm sure there's elements of the performance where they're like, this needs to be better.
I said after the game, obviously doing the show, Newcastle's dressing room will be devastated. Yeah. But when they come into the training ground over the next couple of days, I think there will be a feeling of, all right, we did all right there.
How good were they, by the way?
I think Liverpool the opposite, a little bit.
I thought Gimenez was unbelievable. I know he's a bit all over the place, but he was, I mean, seriously, what a performance that was.
Yeah.
Newcastle are excellent.
But they've got to take confidence from that.
That's the worst feeling when you feel you've done well, but you still, again, I go back after a game, whose dressing room would you rather be in?
Yeah. You'd rather win the game.
Well, that's what the game's about. Yeah. That's what the game's about.
I think it's one of the best performances. You talked on here last year about Arsenal away at City when they had a man sent off. Was it last year? And we said they sat back. Was it last year or the year before? But they sat right the way back and they didn't even attack. But you think about how they played with 10 men. That's one of the best performances I've ever seen with 10 men.
Brilliant. But you know when I got to... But can I ask you something?
I get that.
But when I got to 2-2, and it's on Monday nights, it's TV and different sorts of energy. But when it does get to 2-2, and you're looking going, why can't Newcastle all of a sudden go, this is a great point for us?
Yeah.
Like, this gung-ho stuff, because when the goal comes, I know it's a couple of nice neat passes from Liverpool, and before you know it's 3-on-3. Yeah. That shouldn't happen if you don't have 10 men. There's a bit of arrogance with that, and obviously we give Eddie Howe credit for it. That's why they've had a bit of success.
I think just the momentum, right now.
Yeah. Momentum, but also you have to use your footballing brain going, as if Liverpool aren't going to create a chance.
The 2 or 3 midfield players, I think we highlighted it, they were thinking if we win this, we're off. So the 3 midfield players jump on Gravenberch to get the ball away. And that was the first.
Imagine as well, if Newcastle with 10 men come out and beat Liverpool, the champions, that would have given them so much confidence going forward. I would have went for it. But
no, we've all played in them games. You're on about momentum. Momentum's a huge word in sport. But I played midfield, you're defenders. And whenever the fans are up for it, you go, you need someone to go, I know everyone else is up for it, but hey, you're on about Trent, fullbacks. Hey, lads, tuck in. Let our attacking players go and win the game. But we make sure whatever happens, we don't give anything else up. So there was a bit of, they were naive.
You know what I'm saying?
It was mayhem, though, wasn't it? They weren't thinking like that,
mayhem's not a good thing to have if you're a professional footballer. Sometimes you got to go, let the fans go.
Yeah.
Let the fans
I know,
go.
but that had gone back into the game, really, I think, the mayhem. I think the mayhem had gotten back where they were. I just don't think they could change at that point.
You know what we're talking about Liverpool defensively, and rightly so. I know this is going to sound stupid because they've scored a lot of goals. I don't actually think their attacking players being out of the ordinary. I know they've scored a lot of goals, but what I'm saying is the second half worried me with the ball. I could understand the first half not being great, 11v11, but it's Newcastle away. We've been there, the atmosphere, tackles are flying in, you're under pressure, we've all been there. Famously, when I think Hughes went there and got an unbelievable win when you won a league in mid-90s. You're under pressure, the atmosphere is...
I mean, we went to Newcastle,
but the atmosphere
went down to 10 men.
The atmosphere is amazing. The bigger worry for me was Liverpool playing against 10 men with the ball second half. I don't think Liverpool had a shot.
They didn't know kind of what to do, did it?
From the goal in the second half to the last... Well, the 2 goals in the second half for Liverpool, I don't think Liverpool had a shot at goal in between that. Playing against 10 men.
Sorry,
they couldn't keep them off.
I know. I want to repeat myself here again. But I go back to it. When you're on the bus or the flight on the way back and you've not played that well and there's loads of things that you'll analyse and where new players at your club, but you win the game.
Yeah, but I can't see
you're
where
playing
Liverpool
cards.
are going to get
Someone's
better.
my tactics going, shut up, I'm doing it. You're playing cards. You owe me £20. Someone's of course.
Wasn't it worrying?
Did anyone use to cheat at cards?
Wasn't it worrying though that Liverpool couldn't
cards.
with 10 men? I know it's Newcastle, it's a raucous atmosphere. They couldn't keep them off by keeping the ball moving it about with 11 men.
Oh, but that happens at Newcastle. But that can happen at Newcastle. We've just said we've all been there. We've done it. We've been at the ground.
Do you ever have them moments, though, where you look at the manager and you think, oh, we're going for it, or oh, we're staying, and they don't really know neither?
I don't think I ever played, Nick T, a game where the manager said sit back or try and affect last. I think once the momentum of the game was swung with you, you're just going for it. The one thing I think does change, if a manager makes substitutions, so if a manager brings on 2 defensive midfield players or an extra, then he's telling you that basically, but actually that very rarely happened. If we were coming back in a game to 2-2, you said then, I think we'd have got carried away at the end, coming back to 2-2. I think we'd have carried on, you know what I mean? And risked losing, you know what I mean? I think we would. I don't think we'd. If the momentum's going,
but you're just letting the forwards get on with it.
I don't think we ever checked and went, OK, let's sit back a bit now, we're 2-2.
I remember a game
that has to come from the side, though, surely.
You defend on and let the forwards get on.
I always think that game where I don't know who you were playing then, where Man City beat United 6-1 at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
And I'm certain.
I think Johnny Evans got sent off, did he?
Yeah, but I think you just got it back to 3-1 and sort of when kept going and the game. I mean, you get beat.
I wasn't involved. I wasn't involved.
Not a 6-1.
Absolutely not.
We lost 5-1 at Newcastle. Did you play in that?
I didn't go in.
Oh, was that the one win?
Yeah. Did you play at Southampton?
You were against Gianluigi. Gianluigi was the man of the match that year.
Why weren't you there?
Never was that tight to me.
That was the thing with the defenders chipped Chip Schmeichel, right? That was
Albert.
Yeah,
What year was that? I think I was on my cruise ship.
97.
I did miss that game.
96, 97?
Yeah.
I missed that game.
You missed that.
This episode of Stick to Football is brought to you by ARNE Clothing. Arsenal, Sunday. Let's talk about Max Dowman first. 15-year-old.
It's a great story behind that, isn't it?
Actually,
He failed his exams.
Have you seen his journey?
It's a lovely journey.
The thing with Max Dowman, when you speak to the guys in the team, and they are just flabbergasted.
Oh.
You right there, Gal?
Who was it?
Who is it? Is it your team?
Really, Gal?
Answer
Is that your mum?
No, it's not. It's a guy. I'll speak to him
A
later.
guy? It's just the guy.
Sorry.
It's just the guy.
I'm so sorry.
That doesn't
So unprofessional, isn't it?
If that was someone else now, they'd be
sorry.
sad.
The story's gone.
What was I going to say?
You were saying about Max Dowman.
No, what I was going to say is with the guys and what they say about him. You know, with the managers, and remember, we're talking about 15-year-old in the first team, and we heard about 13 playing for the under-18s, 14 playing for the under-21s. It's the ability to take on the information that they can't believe it. He said, "Oh, you want us to do this and want me to do that?" And go, bam, and you think that's when you hear something like Declan Rice say, "I can't believe it. He could just take it." And this is why don't you see when he plays, he comes on, he's going straight for you. He's fearless. I don't know if that's just because of his exuberance of youth.
The game was over, to be fair.
It was over, but he's still going at a man.
He's got that little trick as well, all the Arsenal players. You know, when they're touched and they kind of, that little...
Nice one.
That
wins your leagues.
Right, so talk to us about terms of, obviously we saw a glimpse of him, I saw a glimpse of him for the first time for 20 minutes. He looked really graceful in his movement.
Beautiful.
And he obviously can he's got a good
Very
balance,
natural,
good strength on him as well. What's is he a big goal scorer at youth level? What is he? Is he?
No, he's very creative. Scores a lot of good goals, obviously, but very creative. Scores good goals. You know, it's everything that you need.
His best position.
No, I think so. Coming off of there, but I think that he's somebody that once he gets into the first team now, hopefully he can score a few goals, and then that will be his major. Oh Jesus, look at this guy's face.
Listen,
I think that once this guy, if he starts scoring, that's what he does. Gets in the box, gets penalties.
He gets half a yard, doesn't
I can't get my head around the kid is 15.
Yeah.
15 years of age, just
I can't remember
I
what
seen Wayne
I was doing.
Rooney and Jamie Redknapp
You're digging me out again.
That's amazing.
Because their kids have
15
played
years
against
of
them, and they said that they spotted straight away.
think he'd be
Like
still around?
that.
Their kids have played against
I think
them?
Jamie Redknapp's and Wayne Rooney. And they said straight away, who's that kid?
Like, would he throw him on at Anfield? Would he do something as brave as that?
I think that he'll get some minutes at Anfield.
You think so?
I think towards the end, if it's got...
They're 3-0 up.
Why wouldn't you put a 15-year-old on at Anfield? If you can, especially if you're winning or something. Because...
It's a big occasion, though, isn't it?
For you. And the fact is, if he's good enough to be there now, then you can't just be good enough to be there against Leeds when you're 4-0 up. If you're good enough to be in the first team, that means you're in the first
Is there not a thing about protecting him a little bit, though, as well, right? He's so young, isn't he?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's the same with Ethan. Ethan, you know what I mean? Obviously,
He was younger, wasn't he, apparently?
He was 15 as well. But, like, the main thing with him is that because they're good enough to be in there, and, like, Ethan, obviously, there's talking about his contract. They obviously signed it now. But then he would have been thinking, well, I've made my debut. When am I going to get... And he's come out. So, yeah, he's got to go through that phase of, is it going to happen for me? And then, you know, I've got to buckle down and get myself in because he's still very young. And I think Max will probably be the same. But depending on how good he is in respects of what we've seen, talent-wise, You know, that's what we're going to see if he's going to play in certain games. It wouldn't surprise me.
If you
he
think
came
what
on
we were
for a
playing when we were 15, the levels we were playing, these lads are playing in the Premier League.
And the fact, and he understands the intricacies of someone like Mikel.
What was Wayne doing? Wayne was drinking cider. Wasn't
I remember.
Remember, he said he was drinking cider.
Colin Harvey saw him drinking cider, honestly.
I remember making my debut in the women's team around 15, and I was waiting to come on, and I was shitting myself. And I remember like one of the players looking over and going, "Why are you bringing her on? She's fucking shit."
No, you-
I was already so scared. I was just this little skinny thing coming on. But you know what? I was like, I'm just going to work my arse off. Like, I'll run for everything, just do everything. But you're playing with like 30-odd-year-olds, like double your age. It was quite daunting.
No, he's special, gal, I think.
City, starting with the goalkeeper. Come to you, Jill, first.
You know
Obviously,
what?
you've got Trafford, Edison, and there's talk of Donnarumma, obviously.
Yeah.
Where are you at on it?
I heard someone doing an interview the other day and they're like, should they drop Trafford because of that mistake? But I'm like, you can't drop him for something that the manager's obviously asking him to do that. And yeah, he makes a mistake.
But is he asking him to do that, Jill?
Yeah, definitely. Them patterns of play.
No,
obviously, I know it was the wrong side of the
and if the
play
guy's
and
right on
whatever
top
else. But they do want to play under that pressure. Like when we played the same system and it was like they want you to play them balls into there. But I think to drop him would be so harsh. Like he's got to go through them mistakes in order to get better at seeing the patterns and.
You got to
and
the only
everything else. But
thing I'd say, Jill,
you can't drop him.
The only thing I'd say, Jill, is I agree with that when a young player in any position, but especially at centre-back and goalkeeper, they're going to make mistakes. I get that.
Yeah.
But you almost want them to make the mistake. Man City can't afford... Keepers make mistakes, I get that. But Man City can't afford to like, oh, this is our project and we're going to stick with him for the next 2 or 3 months. And he's making mistakes. And before you know, the 10 points behind in the title, the stakes are too high. And that's why I think when we talk about young centre-backs and young goalkeepers playing for the biggest clubs, it's tough. It's tough to have that opportunity.
How many young goalkeepers have succeeded from the very beginning at a top club in the last 10, 15 years? I mean...
There hasn't been many given the opportunity, has there, really?
Maybe.
But people are
talking...
talking...
Real Madrid?
When he came to United, maybe?
No, he's
what
not
age is
old
Trafford?
at all.
How old's Trafford now?
We know how big he is.
Yeah. But you know...
22?
No, but can I make the point?
How many times has
23.
Lads, where do you draw the line when you say, well, the manager wants him to play
22.
that way?
Yeah.
I played midfield and I'd come back and try and get the ball. But I'd always say, there's someone too near me, just miss me out.
Yeah. But I feel like
on the manager.
it
It's like we all get instructions off the manager, but sometimes it's like Liverpool, Newcastle. Decision making on the time of the situation of the game. We got someone's under pressure, he's having a hard. I'm just going to miss him. Is that on the manager? I've got to make my football is about decision making.
He looks scared.
No, I like Trafford. Do you know I'd stick with Trafford?
He looks scared.
Hey, and
because
probably my
obviously-
costume.
Well, only because when you watch that
the
instant...
goalkeeper wasn't making any saves last
Say
year.
Trafford looks scared, right?
He looks in that moment. He looks Trafford. In respect, at that moment,
that's
it's
my point
almost
about him.
right. He looks scared simply because the manager obviously wants him to play like that, and he was thinking, I should launch this. Then everyone's closing in before he's passed it into the
then miss him.
I think it's the manager.
I'm with Roy a little bit.
To do that.
Right, just sticking on that point for a second, just sometimes I just look at sometimes the body language of a goalkeeper and I think about presence, I think about authority, I think about that fear, that little bit of fear in their
I can
eyes.
see it, I feel it.
And look, he's a young goalkeeper and he's obviously had some...
Alex, so who would you play, Nev?
No, I'm just starting with a young kid in terms of it's a massive ask now. You know, that pressure will be building on him already for the next few games. And I look at him and I just think, he realises how big this is for him? Right. And it's as if he's basically in there. I can see it in his face and his eyes a little bit, that little bit of just that intrepidation on him. And I'm thinking, I feel for keepers when they're like that. I do, and as I look at him, I think, are you quite ready for this? We know you're ready for the Premier League. We know you're going to be a fantastic goalkeeper. You know you might be Manchester City #1 for 10 years. But right now, is he ready for this?
You know
But when
what,
do you find
though?
it? But when's the perfect time for a keeper? City are under pressure now. They've got new players in. Again, we're talking about 2 games into the season. They win the first game. I loved his body language in the first game. He made 1 or 2 good saves.
Yeah.
He had nice moments and nice presence about him. I'd stick with the kid. Remember, he's had setbacks already before. He left Man City. He's gone and
No, he's been out. I know. He's
been
had some football.
That's part of your journey.
See him another couple of games, Rob.
Everyone's got a journey, absolutely. But the other option is, who do you go back to?
No, I would stick with him, but I fear that we could end up with a situation over the next few months.
Well, that's what
where it could get a little bit on top for him.
The challenge for any goalkeeper, we've seen all the great goalkeepers. Like Peter Schmeichel made loads of mistakes. It's what you do after the mistake. It's the presence. Give the kid a chance. My only argument, and I just don't mean with Trafford, when people say the manager wants us to play that way. What the manager wants when a midfielder's coming to you, he's coming kind of straight at you. He's not even giving you a good angle. Okay, you give a bad pass. That's your decision maker where you go, I'm going long. And even if Pep gives out, you're going, I know, Pep, I'll take that, I'll take the stick. But I just didn't feel it was the right ball.
Yeah.
Your decision making will define you as a footballer.
But people are saying about Donnarumma coming in, like he's not a ball playing goalkeeper.
No. Is he
like,
coming
do you know
in?
what I
Is he
mean?
gonna-
Well,
is he coming
if he does, so. But I think you have to stick with him even after that mistake.
But you
the
look at
other
last
day.
year,
He'll
whatever with the
have learned from
goalkeepers,
it.
I think Man City have lost a habit as well, by the way. I know whatever you say about Spurs home. You don't feel Man City are going to win big games anymore. They didn't seem to win big games last year. So that's not on the
They
goalkeeper.
didn't look like scoring, did they?
Yeah, it wasn't
Not at all.
just down to him.
When people say about the goalkeepers having being good with their feet, and I'm going to ask you all the same question to put these three things in priority for goalkeepers: dominating your box, being a brilliant shot stopper and keeping goals out that you think that maybe would have gone in, and then being good with your feet. Right? 1, 2, 3 priority those for me in terms of where the actual negotiables. If you said that you basically have any 2 of those, what would it be?
Shot stopping, dominate box, feet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So my point is,
I'd
when
have
people
shot
say
stopping,
he's great with his
dominate
feet,
box.
my point is, if you're playing for the top clubs, you have to have them first 2 nailed. You have to dominate your box, or else you've got a massive problem, and you have to be brilliant at keeping the ball out your net.
Does personality come into that now?
Yeah, but I think dominating your box is that, for me, it's like Bayern on corners. It's that keeper that basically you just see, they just get everyone out of the way, and it's that domination. And then the third thing about being good with your feet, that's the thing surely we can compromise on. To me, there's good keepers who are brilliant with their feet, but they haven't got these 2, and they're being put into these top teams where they're good with their feet, but they actually can't do this, and this.
I don't think it's necessarily being amazing with your feet. It's not being awful.
Shocking, I get that.
That's a big
But
problem.
none of them are awful.
But I said this last year on Sky, and I think I was talking about England goalkeepers. But I do think, when I look at the league, and it's not just on the back of these first 2 weekends, I think the standard of goalkeeping in the Premier League is horrendous.
I was just about to mention
I think it's as bad as it's probably ever been.
Raya's the best at the moment, I think.
Well, I'd say Raya and Alisson, I think, are a level above everyone. Yeah. I mean, maybe, I don't know who comes next, maybe Martinez, but I'm not. He makes mistakes for me. It is so poor. And listen, Jordan Pickford is rightly England's number 1. No doubt about it. I don't think there's anyone really close to him. He's a brilliant goalkeeper for Everton. But when I think of, like, the England goalkeeper, he's been basically playing for a team who's been fighting relegation for, like, the last sort of 3 or 4 years. You know, so even in this country, I don't think it's great. But actually the whole sort of goalkeeping union, whatever you want to call them, I think it is so bad. The amount of goals like that go in. And there's a thing now, listen, we're pundits, but you have goalkeeping pundits now as well, who come on. And the last couple of weeks, there's been a couple on shows, and they know more about goalkeepers than us. Of course, they do the technicalities, the small details. But when you're watching a goalkeeper just make a horrendous mistake, and then you got a goalkeeper trying to tell you that it was or it wasn't as bad, and you're just like, no, I don't care. It's just bad. That is bad. You know, the goalkeeper for Man United against Arsenal, or the Chelsea goalkeeper, a goal the other day, I'm like,
that Paquetá one. Why did he go with that hand?
Remember when
It's like,
Raya-
if I
told
want to
the
hit
Raya
you, I'll
story
go
a few
with my
years ago,
left.
2 or 3 years ago, and I said that
want to be your last.
I'd mentioned Raya to someone at United. I'd watched him quite a bit for Brentford. I thought he looked a good goalkeeper, and they said, oh, he's not good enough with his feet. The person I spoke to at United at that time said, have you looked at Raya? And he said,
I know
no.
who it was.
I told him at the time, I mean, he's not good enough with his feet.
But do you not think
And I thought, do you know something? I thought,
are you their new scout?
no, it was just, I was talking, you do before a game sometimes, 3 years ago. I'm thinking, right, what's Raya a lot? He's pretty good. And you're thinking, he saves a lot of shots. He's quite good at dominating his box. He's quite brave.
Yeah.
And he said, no, he's not good enough with his feet. I thought,
The United guy said that.
But he is good with his feet.
at the time.
It was a groundsman he was not.
It wasn't, unfortunately.
You just mentioned De Gea there. And
Probably my relative.
And since De Gea, they've been trying to get this
There's
goal.
talk of bringing De Gea back. That's not a consideration, is it?
You know what?
I heard that.
What
the
with
other day.
It was
The
mentioned.
groundsman again. Who are you?
You know something? If you're talking about Beyonder and Nana,
Making them walk.
I would bring De
Making him walk.
Gea back. You know, they moved De Gea on because of like his feet or whatever it is. Look what's happening.
His
now.
hands weren't great. I'm serious.
Yeah, but at the same time, better than
Yeah,
these two.
bang average.
Better than these two.
Oh, don't.
You know what I mean? For many years as well.
I think with keepers, there's only
Mistakes
really
with these Man
Ederson
United keepers,
who's
man.
like, there's only really Ederson who's like unbelievable with his feet. You just go, that is like, he could play out. I mean, what do they, as long as keepers don't panic, they're basically playing the ball to the full-backs, the odd chip somewhere else. It's just,
But the stats
It's
are
about not
mind-boggling,
being
Jim.
horrendous.
Yeah, the stats are unbelievable. Keepers with their touches, isn't it now? It's,
Oh, yeah,
it's all
yeah,
with their feet, of course.
Yeah.
They're passing it back to the keeper all the time. Even Leeds in the first 20 minutes of the game against Arsenal the other day, they were passing it
all
back to
the
the
way.
keeper all the time. It goes from a throw-in up here in the like attacking half, but ending up back at the keeper. On United, do United need to do a piece of business in goal in the next couple of days?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Without doubt. Have you seen these two? Are you asking? A trick question?
I'm a journalist, Ian. I'm asking you a question.
United.
I think as soon
And
as
the
you
chief
see...
scout of United for
As soon as you see with his groundsman.
No, there's not worse if you're a player,
something?
and you're defenders particularly, and you're worried about your keeper all the time. Even though we've seen Liverpool giving up chances.
nerve-wracking.
It's not like giving up chances, but you're going, we don't see keepers getting their teams out of jail anymore, keeping a clean sheet.
So,
Honestly.
On this Donnarumma story, going back to City, because obviously if they sign him, then Trafford's obviously going to be on the bench. I always say Manchester City should stick with James Trafford, not bring the PSG lad in.
Yeah.
Of course, you got because like he's got to get
Definitely.
through moments
What do you
like
think Pep
this.
will do?
spend 30
What do you think
minutes.
Pep
I
will
think
do?
Pep will stay with him.
I think he'd stick
I
with
think
Trafford.
he'll stick with
And
him.
he should stick with him because he needs to get through this. Because if he does, he'll be fine.
Trafford's not winning you the league. No chance.
James,
But when
don't say he's not
When
winning.
you mean-
Not winning things.
Well,
with kids.
maybe they need to do a better goalkeeper, but...
James, are you saying you're not winning things with kids? You know
that
something?
lad.
I would love.
We
I'd love
beat
Trafford.
them.
Just no. I'd love Trafford to get a chance because, like, I'm not just saying it, but watching him, I just felt like he was a bit
I did,
rattled by it. So he needs to get through that.
I think City just need a little bit of time. Obviously, they've got new signings. I think it was the youngest team they've fielded since like 2010 or something. And I think
I don't want to hear that, Jill. I don't care about.
No, but the way that they play is like it's so about structure and patterns that these players need time to like. And I know you're saying they don't have it, they don't have time, but they need it.
I get if like a manager's at the start, like a new manager's coming. Let's say it was Amorim, and you're sort of trying to build this young team. Pep's won lots. He's only here for another 2 years. He's not thinking of projects or giving these players time. He's thinking, I want to get out of him another 2 leagues or at least 1 league and a Champions League. I don't think he's waiting for any young players there.
But I mean, like the new players like Reinders, Schursky, like I think they need a little bit of time.
of course
just
they
to
do.
get embedded
Find out.
in.
22.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you're right, Jill, with City. Have they got the patience to wait for, I don't know, the front three, Haaland?
But they bought him back for 30 million, by the way.
Yeah,
Do you bring a keeper back for that much?
No, I'm just talking about them as have they got the patience to wait for them to kick in like a Sane, Sterling and De Bruyne kicked it? Have they got the patience to wait for that to happen, their midfield to get going, Rodri to get in and be solid and stuff? And talking about selling a can. I don't know
What were we saying? What was everyone saying after the Wolves game?
Everyone was saying that.
City are back.
City,
sharp.
yeah. They look
Tottenham were brilliant though.
Pep
Fair
doesn't
play
go
to
2 years without
Tottenham.
winning league titles.
That's what they
Now it's projects and young goalkeepers.
They should get Ange in. Get Ange Postecoglou in.
Only
Let him
2
sort this out
games
for the
in.
first year.
Two
He'll win
games
something
in.
in the
Go
second year.
sack him.
2 games in.
But
Did you see the bench though? City's bench. Foden, Rodri, Silva,
Yeah.
Doku. Like, I'm not worried. I'm actually not worried. I think Tottenham were brilliant.
You love a good bench, don't you, Jill? You do. You're
Yeah, because I sat in it half the time.
This episode of Stick to Football is brought to you by ARNE Clothing. Right, United, the moment that Ian, you've been waiting
What are you
for.
talking about? I've been waiting for this.
Oh, United is so frustrating. You know what? I watch it and I
think
feel
they're great.
sorry for you guys. Like, first 10 minutes, I was like, oh,
Yeah, they were
the brilliant
sharp.
Cunha, the chances, everything. And then it's like they've got no resilience. Like, they miss a chance or something and they're just so frustrating.
If we just pick on some specific issues that I highlighted from Saturday's meeting, I think obviously Bruno, in terms of obviously the penalty, was a big moment.
All that with the ref. What?
And then with the referee, he came out after half time and he was still going on about it with the referee. And he obviously after the game said he wanted an apology from the referee. I think that was a bad moment for Bruno for me.
It's a terrible moment.
Because I think that
missing the penalty or mourning
no,
about it?
forget missing the penalty. I'm not bothered about him missing the
Right,
penalty.
yeah, okay,
No,
bits around.
what I'm saying is they let it impact him as badly as he did during the game.
Can I say something? When you look at the incident, right, he's put the ball down when I watched it, and he's just walking back. The referee's done something, and he's walking that way. He's not like walking towards. He's walking like that way. So then, Roy, as he's walking that way, he's gone bam. And remember, Bruno's going. And then the way he looked at him, I thought, his daggers. It was like, and I thought, oh, can I?
But he didn't let it go right. He didn't let it go for the whole game. That's
yeah, but then if you said he came out as well and done, I couldn't believe. And I've had many times when I could hold on to something, but you let it. I could not believe he held on to something so
No, that's not good.
so long.
Yeah, you can't hold on to
Crazy.
something like that.
And you know, I gave that man a lot of flowers, bro. That was crazy.
Yeah.
What I was watching.
And you're in sport, like, things happen all the time. Like, right, someone whacks into you, redo your process.
I bet when he pulled the referee,
fine.
the referee said, what are you talking about? I was just walking around.
It is a shock when he misses a penalty, though, isn't it? It is.
Yeah.
Well, when he missed over the bar.
To be fair, it came into my ear actually during the game. I think since he's come into the Premier League, he's missed more penalties than anybody else. There's someone
that right?
Yeah, someone else with him. It's about 7 or 8 or something like that in 5 years or 6 years. There was someone else with him, I think, that's missed.
When he's going to take one, when he puts it, do you feel like someone like
taking a
Harry
lot
Kane?
also.
If Harry Kane puts it down, I'm saying go.
I'm the same with Bruno a bit.
It's with Bruno.
that's the
I always
thing,
quite
it's fun.
fancy him. When I saw that one, I was shocked. I was shocked it went over.
Yeah.
The thing with Bruno for me is, and he's obviously miles away, Manchester United's best player last season. He's not a centre midfield player. I don't get this centre midfield thing.
Where do you want to play him?
He's obviously one of the bought players for there. I get that. So the plan must be to play him centre midfield. And I think when Amorim first came in, he almost wanted Bruno everywhere because he had no players who could get on the ball in the middle of the pitch. But he wanted them higher up for his goals and assists. So he's caught in between. But he's obviously gone out and bought Cunha and Buemo to play those positions.
And Mount's come into that role
Mount's,
now.
you know, Mount's doing well as well. But Bruno in central midfield with Casemiro, that's never been a centre midfield. It's just, I don't get it. I don't understand. He's the best player. I get that. But where do you play him? What are you going to do with him going forward? He can't be central midfield.
There's all these other
surely.
traits he has. Listen, I've been critical of him over the last year or two. I think them traits, he's not going to change now, is he? What age is he? He's not going to get rid of them traits.
If he could get angry over a referee's silly thing like that, of course he's not going to.
Yeah, but we see too much of that. We saw him at Liverpool last year. We see the arms, even against Arsenal. The first game of the season, he gives the ball away after a little ball in the box that leads to the goal for the corner. Little details where you're going, Bruno, your leadership skills. The referee thing last week, I know there'll be people say penalties, you have a little, but don't let it upset you going into the second half.
Yeah.
Or I've heard stuff, and I don't know people again, not the people you've contacts with, Nev, the groundsman, but no, but if Bruno's upset with something, the trainer, he carries it on for the week. You know, people might think I was an anarchy git, but if something happened, I would kind of move on quickly enough. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't let it interfere with your performances. You might be upset with somebody. So all these little traits, his technical stuff, I think is brilliant. I've said it before, but all these little... I saw a little clip in pre-season. United played Everton pre-season. I know people say, well, it's only a pre-season game. One of the goals they give away against Everton, he's trying to make somebody in the halfway line, and then there's a tackle, and there's a foul. And he's arguing, and Everton go and score. But you see the guy scoring, and Bruno's arguing on the halfway line. Have you seen the goal? Anyone seen the goal? So they're arguing while the goal's going in. So I know it's pre-season, but if he's your captain or your senior player or one of your leaders, these are not good traits.
Yeah, I think on Sunday also, to be fair, when Smith Rowe makes the run off the back of him as well on the goal. But look,
things like that can happen in football.
I thought it was poor
but
David
track your
Robson.
runners is basic, isn't it?
What about the
That's a
manager
runner,
changing the back? I know it's only 5 minutes to go, but what about the manager changing? I mean, substitutions in general, because I think in both weeks that we've seen, the team seems to have got worse as the substitutions have been made. But taking off back players, so taking Yoro off and Shaw off with 5 minutes to go, why would that? I don't understand that.
But he done it last year.
And last week against that with the whole back three change when he brought Maguire on for Shaw. But why? Is there an explanation as to why you change your back three?
Well, the madness sometimes they're bringing Maguire on to get your goal.
Yeah.
They've spent
And he
hundreds of
nearly
millions.
got one.
And he nearly got one
didn't
from
he?
the set piece, of course. So Man United, you've spent hundreds of millions on attacking players, and you're saying to Maguire, okay, no, get warmed up. You're going to front, hit the big man, hit George Jordan.
Right in the mix.
You know what I mean? I was a centre
Throw
back.
it in the mixer.
You know, I was a centre back, and it's probably one of those positions when you start a game, you know you're not coming off.
Yeah, you don't usually come off.
Yeah.
If you've come off as a centre, something feels...
Something's really bad, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
Or the
feel
defenders.
right bringing centre. I'm not saying it should never happen, but the point I'm trying to make is, you bring a centre, it doesn't feel...
But when he's making these
feel
decisions,
right
Jamie,
about it.
does that make you doubt the manager a little bit? Do you say,
But I'm saying you're trying to win the game. There must be something in it. There must be some thought process, whether it's energy,
wonder what
whether
it is.
Harry...
I can't
Listen,
understand
bringing
it.
Harry Maguire on, if you're going, okay, we've got a back three, we bring Maguire on, maybe he's going to give us more of a chance of a goal from a set piece. I get that, and they nearly get that, but you said this happens a lot, and he's done 2 of them in the back three as well. It just...
Well, 3 of the back 5 changed, if you think about it, because he took Ahmad off for Dalot, he took Yoro off, and he took Shaw off.
Was he?
He brought Heaven and Maguire on, if you remember, in the last 5 minutes. He brought Heaven and Maguire on. So, all right, maybe the Maguire one, you've made a good point. He can get a goal, so maybe put him on for something. But then Heaven
But not every week. I'm saying you can't be every week looking to bring Maguire on to get you out of jail.
No, but that's my point. I think when you're changing your back line regularly, I think Ten Hag did it for quite a bit as well, didn't he? When he changed his back line, made substitutes, I think you're all over the place a little bit when your back line's changing. And you've also got your goalkeeper issue anyway, which obviously we've discussed, and we say we need to get a new goalkeeper. But if you're changing your back line as well, that to me is a big worry.
Do you remember the first game of the season we did and Slot joined us at the end of the game? And you mentioned earlier on about, I was speaking to Slot about the tactics of the setup of the team and what he was thinking. I'd love to have that chat with Amorim. You know, maybe after the game and that. And not to question it, the guy's obviously done brilliantly at Sporting Lisbon. But the system that he plays, and people say he should be more adaptable, I understand that he sticks with it because it's what he knows, that's his thing. But I'd love to know, what does that system give you more than 4-3-3 or playing with the wingers the way United do historically? What is it about that system that you think is better than other ways of playing? Because we're not seeing it. We're not seeing it yet. But he obviously, there's something in his head about what he's done before at the former club that he wants Manchester United to do, and he feels that can, make his team one of the best teams in the league and go on and win big trophies. What is it? Is it something about the wing backs? Is it having 3 centre-backs who are big for set pieces? Is it having a front... I'd love to ask him what it is about this system. But we can't see it yet. There's nothing.
No, the signs aren't good, and the results will tell you that. And the results are going back now as well, including... I know we'll argue last year he came in halfway through the season, but the results since then... Because we talk about a manager walking in the door and whatever philosophy they have about the football, but you're going... Thomas Frank, example, I know it's early days, but it's a manager willing and have an effect. Yeah. Have an effect by his personality, his tone, the way he speaks to people. You get a bunch of people in your dressing room that will follow you. And that's it. And 1 or 2 will fall by the wayside. But you look and go, United's results. And he's had, 29, 30 league games now?
29 games.
29 league games.
29. I heard this. I was listening to a podcast on the way in. 28 points, 29 games. So we've got less points than games.
No, I'm convinced if any of us had gone in there, obviously, I think... I'd like to think if I went in there, I might get that type of response from players. Well, hopefully you get more than that. So he still must be looking at the emotion side of football, whatever, about this is my way of playing. You're not looking at a bunch of players going to go, and I'm going back to the Spurs final, I'm going back to Arsenal last week where they're getting some plaudits, not scoring enough goals, but not finding a way to get a result, not going, we're going to show that, I'll go back to goalkeepers, players at Man United, that kind of personality side of it. You don't see it with this group. Like the Fulham game last week, when you watch Man United against Fulham last week, okay, you got Arsenal, be a tough game, and their record is quite good at Fulham, but you're watching going, United could win 2-0 here, but they could lose 2-0. You're not thinking, you're looking at Liverpool now and Arsenal, you'd be shocked if Leeds beat Arsenal last week, you'd be going, I didn't see that coming. Or even Liverpool at Bournemouth, okay, Liverpool. Well, United go, you just do not know what you're going to get. And I think if you're a manager, and you're working with groups of players every week, you go, I don't know why. That's no good to you. Bill Shankly said years ago, he wants players, you go, I know they'll turn up every week. Doesn't mean you're going to win every week, but this side they go, it's hit and miss. Well, that's no good at this level.
If there's one thing, Roy, that you think that would be good advice for him to do that would get things right there, what would it be?
I don't know.
One thing.
Yeah, you had to say one thing to him. You're in front of him.
Well, the way he is at the moment, the way he's started the season, going, but I'm going to state the obvious. We're criticising Liverpool. He's got to win some more football matches. He's got to find a way to win. No, stating the obvious. But if you're winning football matches, you have a chance to have a project and to do other stuff. That includes Pep and all these players. But if you're talking about getting distracted by some of his decision making, we're all looking at it. And we've all played the game at a good level. We're looking, going, that's a bit strange. Chopping and changing his fullbacks or defenders, throwing Maguire on every game to try and get you winning goal. Everyone can state that obviously they need a goalkeeper. Their stats last year, it's really bad. Their home record was shocking. That's why I was a bit surprised last week when everyone was going to go, almost pleased with United's performance last week. You lost home to Arsenal. They drew home to Arsenal last year, by the way. They're losing.
I thought it was a good performance, though, against Arsenal.
I messaged you saying that. It was no win, no clean sheet.
Yeah, what would you say, Gal? What would you say? You okay, Gal?
Get a good... Get a new groundsman?
Right. Get a new groundsman.
But he must sit with his staff on a Monday, lads. This is what... You go into a football club on a Monday, you've had a good or bad result, and you sit and have a cup of tea like this for your staff, whatever, and you sit there and be going, the result, and you're going... But you must sit there and go, I know we've all got great plans.
Yeah.
Someone go, fuck me. We got to win some football matches.
I think most people... we all know Manchester United is not an easy club to manage. It's so big, there's so much eyes on it, and no one's expecting him to be amazing and do it really quickly. I get that. But if I was a United fan, I've just mentioned the points to games, that wouldn't be my biggest worry, even though it is a big worry. But I've got to feel like the guy's taking me somewhere, and I can feel it. So I can understand what you said about last week. There was an element of that against United. You think, okay, but then Fulham feels like something from last season. You don't feel like, okay, we're going somewhere. I can see it. I can feel. Okay, we're not winning every week, but I can see what he wants. I can see.
Jamie, when Klopp went to
us.
Liverpool, didn't he struggle? But there was a feel-good factor about Klopp going. So see where we're heading.
Yes,
like,
yeah,
there's an element.
Exactly right. And what Klopp did early on was you can see what he wants in terms of all the pressing. You know he hasn't got the quality of player, but he won some big games early on away at City and Chelsea. You think, oh, here we go. And I think Klopp's first season, he got to the Europa League final. I think he beat United and I think Villarreal on the way there. So there was something building, you can see it. And then in the summer he brings a player in. Yeah. And listen, it's 2 games into the season, but it's more the performances rather than the results with United for me.
I think it's
I don't.
City play Burnley next week, then after the international break, it's the City game.
The
City
game,
game,
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, so in another couple of weeks, and if just as City turn them over, and you'd
Then it's Chelsea the week after.
Gal, just quickly with
pressure will just keep
England
building and building.
I was going to say with England, with Kobe, what's happening with Kobe Mainoo?
He said he's competing with Bruno.
Getting ready to what?
Can't
help thinking he doesn't fancy him quite because he's never really sort of put him in from the beginning. I mean, I know he's had some injury issues. He's not putting him in there. He's gone with Casemiro and Fernandes. I mean, if you said to me what was the one bit of advice, it'd be to sort your midfield out because you can't have that midfield. I mean, what happened on Saturday? They actually were quite good for a period in the game when the front 3 and the back 5 are very compact together, and you 2 in midfield are very much tight to each. Once it gets a little bit spread, which to be fair, Fulham started to get that, he then put Mount and Fernandes in there, and then the game just started to open up. And then he had to take Mount off, and then he put Agati on there. So before you know it, you've had 3 central midfield partnerships. You've had your back 3 changed. You're changing a lot every game.
You just mentioned 3 or 4 players there. Are they Man United players?
So Agati for me, absolutely.
Is Mount a Man United?
Right, Mount, to be fair, I think he's actually done well in his first 2 games, Roy, but I don't know where he fit. To be fair, if he's keeping Šeško out of the team, who, to be fair, now isn't getting into the team, I know it's early, he'll play tonight probably against
All right,
Grimsby.
but so do you think Mount's honestly going to get back United? I know not in his own.
Roy, I think he really likes Mount.
Well, he probably does.
I think he really likes him.
Me.
No, but I think he really likes him.
Well, yeah, that's a worry.
I actually think as a front 3, they've done okay in the first team. The problem is they're not connecting. They missed big chances, Roy, to be fair.
They've not scored a goal.
I know, but they missed some big chances. He should have had 2 or 3 goals.
I know. Listen, I'm not being a smart ass. But you know what's really important in football?
I know.
What, Roy?
Why did you get all the big money and all the cars and the women? Just put the ball
Big money, cars and women.
That order.
He didn't
The rest of
say,
his money
he
is
didn't say no.
Money I squandered, yeah, rubbish. You know something, at the end of the... Gal, can I be honest? The game against Arsenal, first game of the season, I'm thinking, wow, OK, if they're coming like that, it's a lot of energy.
Yeah, I agree.
If these guys... But then, like you said, James...
It's a drop.
How many league goals did Man United get
I'm back to where I was with United.
44 league goals last year. They've got none yet at the moment. That was an OG last week.
Some of the players are running for him, though. Like Ahmad, he did this mad skill on the halfway line. He tracked all the way back. Like, some of them are running for him.
Oh, no, I don't think it's a work ethic.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're not saying that. We're not saying
work
we're not
ethic.
trying. Ahmed, yeah. I know he's got a bit of...
No, I like him.
Something.
He's a good player.
Yeah, again,
did well
love
for
that one.
Sunday.
I do like
Yeah, he's got legs.
Yeah, but the thing is, you look at someone like Ahmed, with his pace, with his skill, his eye for God, with the right kind of like backing up between, he should be doing a lot better than he's doing. He's a very, very skillful player. He's a good player. I think same with Mbuemo's a very good player, and Kuna.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening with Šeško. What, he's not even... Just put him on there. Let him...
I mean, it's quite early. I mean, he's had 20 minutes against Arsenal and 30 minutes against Fulham. Obviously, he doesn't look like he's up to it yet in terms of the team aren't playing well, but he's not obviously had a chance. I think we'll see more of him. I think he'll play against Burnley on Saturday. I suspect he'll play tonight against Grimsby.
Can I be honest with them players coming to the Premier League,
Let's
right?
hope they beat Grimsby.
Honestly, James, coming to the Premier League...
Hey, Grimsby are a good team,
all
by
of
the way.
them players. I think
I
Verts
watched
is the same,
Grimsby.
Šeško's the same, probably Jokeris will be the same. All of them. They are absolutely astounded at the pace and the quality and the energy of the Premier League.
Who are?
These players, these new players who are coming in from the German league, and everybody says, yeah, it's so similar because it's so far.
Yeah, I think...
They literally, they're caught in the lights.
I think Virgil will probably come off that pitch on Monday for Liverpool and thought, what the hell was that? You know what I mean? There'll be an element of what the hell was that? Yeah, you speak to Patrice when he came from the French league in that first game against Manchester City, and he was like, what the hell was that? I think Sesko probably a little bit of that in terms of it's probably passing him by in this.
Then you know what happens with that then, Roy? What happens is you either embrace that or you go, whoa, this is intense. Then we see where you go from there.
They've got to compete with the physicality so that the technical ability comes out, isn't it? So that's going to be.
But you think it's much quicker than when we? Is it much quicker than when we played? Or more physicality? Or players bigger or stronger?
It feels it, Roy, when you watch it sometimes. I know that sometimes, like you're saying, James, there's a lot of passing back there and it's but sometimes it must be for these players because you look at them and they're just like that.
Yeah.
I think Monday was a good game.
That was a brilliant
tackle.
That's how the game's
Best
A couple
game
of Newcastle lads get carried off. You know, if you're Liverpool, you go, I'll see you later, lads.
Right, Ben, come on, Super Six. £1 million till it's won. Super Six have not made their first millionaire of the season yet. No winner in round 1 or 2 means that £1 million jackpot is still on the line. And the best bit? It's staying there every week until it's won. Free to play, just predict 6 correct scores this weekend and the money could be yours. So if you fancy becoming £1 million richer, get your Super 6 picks in before 3 p.m. Saturday for a chance to win.
Man United game was a bit boring though, wasn't it? Was it hard to commentate
It was,
on?
it wasn't great.
Gal, what's that you sent in the
one
chart, like
Just
the
seemed a bit
draws,
boring.
all the results and stuff, what we got right?
What do you mean?
How did we do? Did we do well?
What do you
I
mean, Ian?
don't know.
Well, you two did well. They left me
Joe, I
off
heard
the
that.
message.
Yeah, but you're not
Did
involved when
you
we
do
do
well?
You're part of the team, Jill.
No, did you see?
Yes, I don't-
Super Six were like, well done, Roy and Ian.
Yeah.
Like I don't exist.
Yes, you do
You're
exist,
part
my
of the
darling.
team.
Just I need a bit of love.
You're the best. You got pure
I said if
love.
we'd win
Barney,
the million...
where are you? Did you leave Jill off the 10?
I do it 55.
I got left
I was like, Del
off.
by one.
Apparently she's saying she got left off,
Grandad,
Barney.
you get 100.
I got left
Del,
off.
Rodney, 102.
I was like, well done, Roy. Well done, Ian. It's okay.
Did we do well?
It's okay. It didn't affect us.
Right.
Someone's getting
Under there.
fired.
James, can you give me my phone?
Someone's
under there,
getting fired.
James, under there.
I'm going to the game
Credit card.
Saturday. United-Burnley. It's not on
Working.
television. I'm going to the game United-Burnley Saturday.
Salt for Friday night.
Ian, hospitality.
You're busy, Gary?
no.
Busy few days?
What are you doing, girl?
Bottom,
You getting
Salford
busy?
Friday night, I'll go and watch them, but I'll go and watch United Saturday.
Right, there's still
I
£1
might
million
go to
to be...
Salford, actually.
What's the Everton
Who's
Stadium
playing?
like? Did you do... Is it
Brilliant.
amazing? Yeah.
Fantastic, yeah. Bit of a nightmare getting in and out because there's only one way to get in, really, but...
You know something? Like I say, Gal, I've got to go into it. Just quickly
Does it
with
feel like a new stadium, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does-
Kobe
think
Mainoo.
it'll help Everton,
They're
the
saying that
team,
he's
yeah.
going to leave.
The atmosphere was amazing.
Grealish, I was happy for.
Just come up here.
Sorry, just
Right.
Kobe Mainoo news.
Kobe Mainoo can't leave.
Kobe Mainoo's open to leaving Man United before the deadline. Deep situation, preference for
hang
European
around.
You
team.
haven't got any midfielders.
How can
Picking him? What's he going to do? Just sit there
how can
forever?
Man United?
Yeah, I think do you know what it is, right? I think they don't think he's quick enough to get around it.
Yeah, but at the same
Tell
time,
you what, I saw a picture of him. I watched that show on Sky last night where they show you the papers that are coming out the next day, and there was stuff on Mainoo, and they showed a picture of him. Oh my God! It's like that
he's
legs.
remember he's young. He's getting going. I can't believe Man United.
But they can't let him go.
Everything about Man United.
He's a
built on the
great
youth.
player.
If they let him go, if they
now?
let him go, they'll have to bring someone in. They can't let him go.
Yeah, but what's happening in Man United?
They've got Casemiro, Ugarte and Fernandes
Youth
then.
Go.
academies, players
Casemiro's
go.
getting a new deal.
He's an international. He's a
Right,
international.
I don't think the manager
Casemiro's
is,
getting an extension.
I don't think the
He was
manager
supposed to
is
be
half
leaving
having
a year or
it.
two.
I know.
I don't think so.
Leave the football before the football leaves you.
That's going to see us all off.
Man United are built on what they do with their kids coming through. And now you can tell me you can't, because they can't fit him into the team, they're getting rid of him.
He'll be friends with Garnacho, I suspect. He'll be friends with Marcus, and I suspect he's looking at what's happening with those two, and he's thinking, I'm being left out here. He might be just looking at it and thinking, I'm going to get out.
At the same time, the club is saying they don't want him.
Well, he's not picking him, is he?
Oh, but he's got a lovely story. The journey he's been on, I'll tell you after. It's a lovely story.
Right, where would he go? Where would he go?
Where's his family
I think there'll be a lot of takers.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of takers for him.
Premier League.
Good.
or-
I hope you know what? I hope he does. I hope he does go and do well. Get a manager who plays a player.
Has Trent
properly.
started? Has Trent done all right? Has Trent...
I think he came on after
a couple of league
87
games gone in
minutes the other
Spain.
day.
He played the first game, and he come on. He subbed the second game. Carragher, but Carragher's a legend there, isn't
But
he?
he's a legend.
I think Carver's the best right back I see.
But he's just coming back from a big injury. I think he's mid.
It's going to be tough now. I can't see Carvajal coming out of the team.
Do you want to
What are we saying, Benny?
Super Six.
Yay!
Come on.
All right,
United, Burnley. What was last
No,
week?
wait,
Sorry.
it wasn't.
No,
Sorry, Ben.
let's do it properly
Right.
because we're close now.
there is still £1 million to be won.
Oh,
We won it
That's
last week.
for the camera.
He was up there. You were pointing up.
it's the camera,
That's
innit?
£1 million up there.
Improving my craft, Roy. Right, last week, Gary, Jamie, you got 4 points.
Oh, brilliant.
that's
They're
not
doing, you
bad.
know what?
Oh.
They're really doing well, these
So you
lot.
got 4.
I like what they're doing.
Tough week last week.
I
So
love what they're doing.
you beat 140,000 players. So well done you. Top 95%
That's good stuff.
players you were.
Top 90.
top 95%. Yeah. So what's that mean?
So you,
There's only 5%
bottom.
better.
5% of people were worse than you.
Oh,
So it was pretty shit. Roy,
Yeah, cool.
Ian, Jill,
Yeah.
15 points.
Oh, thank you. Cheers.
What?
15 points.
Well, that's 15.
It's average, isn't it?
I expected that.
They were top
Disappointed with that. 50.
Very disappointing.
Top 0.8% of players. You beat over 1.05 million players.
That's what we do.
I'd expect that.
That's what we do. Let's get on with it, because that's what we're doing here.
We're not going to get. You thought we were going to get excited with it.
It's hard to come back from that, you know, Carol. When you go 11 down.
here we are.
Beat one.
Get David Moyes in it.
Right.
Dude, we get Moisey in
Moyes
halfway
got him
through the
the title
season.
last
Do you guys want to go first, as you won?
Oh no, Moyes away.
We want to be humble.
Gary's going to. Are you going to this
won't
game, Nev? Yeah, Nev.
I'm going to this
I think
game.
they will, but
Prawn
they'll be by
sandwiches,
one
you'll be
goal.
in
No, he said he's not. Hospitality.
I watched them at
I'm sitting in my season
I
ticket.
know who you'd be sitting.
Nice one, girl.
Have you got 2 seasons
What
tickets?
score are you going for, gal?
Who's he with? Oh, yeah. Are you going with Fergie?
Oh, I'm going to see my
He's sitting
season
on his
ticket.
lap. He'd be
If
sitting on
we
his lap.
see you on telly, like that, pouring them a tea.
Are you going to put a result or what?
Come on, yeah, I'm growing a
Go on,
bit.
2-0
Gary, it's
they're
your
gonna
team.
go.
Do you think Burnley will score?
I don't know, United.
You think United would score?
I'd play Sesco
got
in this.
1-1
I
with
think
Yeah,
it will
I was thinking
be
that.
1 or 2-0.
Own goal.
2-0 United.
No chance.
Burnley did all right
United
against
to beat 'em,
Sunderland.
Sorry?
You're not having United to beat them. United to beat
Yeah,
them.
but 2-1. We give Burnley a goal, will we?
We should. I've
2-1. Burnley will score.
definitely Burnley will score.
2-1.
I don't know.
2-1's the most.
Tottenham Bournemouth.
Oh, you love Bournemouth, don't you, Thomas?
No, Tottenham are doing well, though, you know.
know,
I was impressed with Tottenham's work rate.
Tottenham at home. I'm going there.
Yeah.
Tottenham at home
Come on
there.
then. What are you thinking? Come on, Joe. What?
They look good at the back as well, you know.
Bournemouth have a goal in them, though, don't they?
3-1.
think?
3-1 Spurs. Is that too much? 2-1. I like 3-1. If it's
Okay, go on. Go on, right.
Go.
3-1.
3-1,
It's
yeah.
the week where we get a little shock.
Yeah.
Bournemouth,
Yeah,
1-1.
draw.
Yeah, 1-1.
What?
Tottenham win that.
Love that.
Not with Thomas.
But then
Frank.
this is where Tottenham disappoint you.
Wolves,
because
Everton.
Tottenham are flying.
You know what? And if they do, then that's
Wolves,
it.
Everton.
Done with them.
Oh,
That's a...
I see them goals that lad just scored last night. The lad who Newcastle put a bit
Yeah,
last.
I know.
That left foot one. Ooh.
that's the league cup.
Is that Strand
I
Larsen?
thought Everton was so poor at Leeds away, but then obviously they did better at home.
They weren't great at home in
No,
the
but they were
game.
poor at
Against
Leeds.
Brighton, yeah. They obviously won, but yeah.
I can't see Everton winning that.
Oh, I think it's a
I was
draw.
happy for
It's a
Grealish
draw or
though
Wolves
with
win.
his
Yeah.
assist.
What do you think?
Should we go 1-1?
Yeah, we'll go 1-1.
Sit on the fence.
I
Lads,
just took
lads.
Wolves 2-1.
Wolves 2-1.
Wolves
We
2-1.
changed. We
No, you
changed.
can't change once it's on.
Wolves
You can't
2-1.
change once it's on.
Wolves
We was gonna go
2-1.
Should we take 1-1?
No, we should go 2-1 Everton or something.
I don't know. I was thinking
Really?
1-1.
Let's go 1-1.
1-1.
Hopefully,
If that comes in, it's going to be awful.
We pinched it off
Leeds
you.
and Newcastle.
Everton away from home, yeah. Jack, damn it. Is it us?
Yeah.
It's Nick.
Oh, 5:30 kick-off.
No, Anthony
Is it?
Gordon.
5:30 kick-off on a Saturday, under the floodlights.
See, I'm doing a Gary. I'm starting to do the research on the kick-off times.
Gary doesn't like Leeds fans, does he?
No, they don't like me.
Why?
There's a rich rivalry
Between United
historically
and
Newcastle
between United and Leeds.
Oh.
Eddie Howe is...
I used to
I know,
love
but we
Leeds
start
back
writing
in
managers
the
off.
day.
Eddie Howe Bonks is back. They went to Villa. Got a draw. Should have got something against Liverpool.
It's got a draw.
Newcastle
They got a
take
few
confidence,
injuries.
though.
I think Newcastle beat them.
Yeah, I do.
You don't think?
It's only
Draw?
a short journey.
What are we thinking?
You can't go. We're going
Wouldn't
to
It's only a short chain. They won the night before.
Desmond?
I don't know if Leeds have scored 2 goals against them.
No,
Not like
Newcastle
Leeds,
win.
Leeds against Everton were good, honestly. That's their home. It's their home form's going to keep
Newcastle
them.
win.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Do you think Newcastle?
I don't think. I don't know.
Right, who do you think wins?
2-2. We got Desmond. I'll jump
Yeah,
on
jump on that one. Yeah.
Right, well, if Newcastle win,
Yeah, let's
I'd say Newcastle.
look at them two. Look.
Yeah, there we go.
We're just, who was the
Oh,
centre half
gee,
came
here we
on?
go. Oh,
Who's the
Christ.
referee?
Yeah.
Have you gone 2-2?
Has he got a brother?
What hotel are they
Joe,
staying in under with
Joe Linton got injured.
they're all
Gordon
injured,
can't play. Tonali can't play. And then the kid came off with concussion,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah.
So he can't play.
Yeah.
So,
So
Draw.
4-0. Yeah.
so 3-0 Newcastle.
4-0. Yeah.
Will Newcastle have a little bit of a
Eddie Howe
hangover?
back now.
With all what you've just said there,
You've said he'll bounce
tough to
back.
go
I think there's
there.
goals in that game as well. There is goals in that
A
game.
bit of atmosphere.
I went for it.
What a great
Injuries.
bounce back.
Could be a draw, but they've
1-1.
They've gone a draw.
1-1.
Yeah, but
1-1.
it's a draw.
Oh, they just,
Oh
you know what they're
my
doing?
God.
They're just
Look
matching
at
our
us, Bourne
scores.
is your
Brighton
side.
City,
City
2
win.
o'clock Sunday.
Brighton
Oh,
City all day.
City
Brighton
win
City
that.
on Sunday. That's a good one to watch on the gantry.
Trafford clean sheet.
Brighton City.
That's-
Missed that penalty, doesn't he?
Marmoush hat-trick.
I think this is the
He's
kind of game
okay,
where
you know, by
this is
the
the
way.
kind of game where City do a
Yeah.
Wolves on. They do a Wolves on. them.
Yeah,
2-0 City.
yeah, I saw one.
Yeah, I was going to say 3.
Would Brighton get a goal? Would it 2-1 or 3-1? Or we just go with 2-0 the same?
I
Just
think
copy
City
'em?
get 3.
If we copy them from here on in,
Yeah,
we can't lose.
Yeah, yeah.
It wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be fun, but we can't lose. Are we about winning or not?
3-1.
We want to win ugly, so we can do that now. Let's just.
I think City get a
Arsenal,
few
isn't it?
goals.
3-1.
Winning ugly. That's what
We're
we
like
wanna do.
Liverpool. We're the entertainers here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
one. We put
Liverpool Arsenal 4:30 Sunday.
Oh, here we go.
Is any of you
Your
doing
chicken
that?
out now.
Are you doing that game?
Do you like
Oh,
chicken
yeah.
tonight?
Are you doing that game?
Yeah.
Liverpool definitely scored.
Are you
I think
doing it,
we're
Cara?
scoring a couple.
Are you doing commentary?
I think Liverpool score one, but I think we're going to.
Are you doing the game Sunday?
2-1.
Yeah.
I think I'm going 2-1 to Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal.
Now, hold on a second.
Hang on, I'm
we're
just saying that's
discussing it. We're discussing it.
Overall,
Who's in the
We're
studio?
going to beat Liverpool.
You two and who?
you're going to go draw. You're going to go draw, aren't you? I can feel it all over
I
you.
think it's Theo Walcott.
Let's go 1-1.
I like him.
Let's go 1-1.
I think he's good.
loads of-
How did they decide whether
If
you
we
have
beat them, you have to buy me a pair of
3
shoes or something, 'cause
commentators
you've
or
got to give me
2?
something.
I'll give it a
Because you had 3.
That's normally just Man United, Liverpool, we do that.
No, but Everton,
No.
Brighton, there was 3 of
I think
you.
1-1. Everton's first
1-1,
game.
Ben.
1-1, love that.
Phil Jagielka was
very
there, was
much.
like maybe
Liverpool
more of an
Arsenal.
Everton voice and not a Liverpool voice all the time.
Oh, okay.
Arsenal defend-
But do they have like a
we're good.
different
1-1.
Suppose if we win,
like, do you know what I mean? Because like obviously you're
the fancy shoes
co-commentating.
you like,
and
They just
what-
come in
just
now
come
and
in,
again.
yeah.
I fancy Arsenal to win.
You think Arsenal will win?
Yeah.
you're going 2-1, aren't you?
No, but I don't think. No, I'm gonna let him
Liverpool
pick the score because his team. But I think Arsenal will win.
Don't go from the heart, go from the head.
Liverpool
Jane.
win.
No, I do.
I can see Rice,
Don't lean back.
Marino.
If you go over, oof.
If you got, that's
Nightmare.
It goes viral. What
Rice.
about?
Oh yeah, lean on them.
You know what? I think that I was thinking about this yesterday.
You're not
I
going
think there's
Liverpool win.
something that almost Liverpool aren't at their best. Arsenal got a few
Expected draw.
injuries. Yeah, you know, you can imagine them both going
Yeah.
with 20 minutes to go. It's not the end of the world.
International break coming up.
Liverpool have got to win with the injuries you've got. Yeah, Saka's your best player. He's out, isn't he?
Injuries.
I would have gone Liverpool.
Saka's
Yeah,
out.
but Eze's in.
Odegaard's out. But
You know,
it's,
Eze.
He's not gonna
If he
start.
goes draw, he thinks Liverpool are going to lose.
so if I go Liverpool win, I think it's going to be a draw.
Yeah.
So what does he do if he
I
thinks
don't think
Liverpool
Liverpool
win?
gonna win.
All people who watch Super 6, just read between the lines.
I think Arsenal will score.
What about our defensive
Hey,
record
it
as
could
well,
be-
Jamie?
hey,
You've got to
Jamie,
take that
I'm going to
into
go
consideration.
Liverpool 2-1.
Love that.
What about our
I think without
defensive record?
Saka.
I would have
No,
said
you are
that.
the best defence in the league. I agree with that.
Oh,
But
very
Liverpool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben.
Arsenal score 2 from set
You know
pieces.
something? It's going to be, yeah, but you've got to take into consideration the atmosphere.
It could be something like
Remember how
2-2 or
bad
3-3.
Arsenal were
Could be a
at Man
mad
United?
game.
We were terrible
Biggest-
at United.
If Arsenal like they were at Man United, Liverpool win the game.
I think that with
No Saka, no
Yeah, but
Odegaard.
like, if that defence goes
Odegaard
done what they've done
definitely
against Bournemouth, we can win the game.
Liverpool won't play like that again.
Marino,
We won't play.
Rice,
Just copying James. Go on, what are you saying?
land of the Giants, Arsenal Sunday. He'll go with
think they're gonna
Marino,
go-
Rice, Zubamendi, Eze or Trossard. But he'll have the big back four. 4 or 5 in the box. They'll score from set pieces.
Yokkers. What, the Yock?
I think Arsenal score 2 from set
Yock.
pieces.
Well, we'll see. You know something? Looking forward to it.
And Liverpool will score 1. It'll be 2 on Arsenal.
Who's on it?
And then you'll be right, Arsenal win the league. You'll finally get it right.
Who did you say is on Sunday? Who's on? Do you know?
Me, you, and Theo.
Are you
The Arsenal
doing
man.
it?
So we've got the Liverpool man, the Arsenal man, and the...
The
Referee, Mills Lane.
Last question.
Go on, Gal.
It's a double-barrel question. Let's start with, who's had the best transfer window having watched 2 games? I know a few weeks ago people said Liverpool. Do we still think that now, that Liverpool have had the best transfer window? Who has had the best transfer window?
Of any team in the
Of
Premier
any
League.
team in the Premier League, who's had the best transfer window right now with 5 days to go with signings to make?
West Ham. No.
That's a really tough question.
No, am I being biased if I say like getting
or Everton.
Zubamendi and then Eze and then Yocker is what we need? That's
I was going to say Arsenal.
That's brilliant for
I was
honestly.
going to say Arsenal.
That can be the game changer for it could be the changer for us. You know what I mean? What do you think, Roy?
I'll go with Arsenal.
Yeah.
You know,
Just trying to think.
Sunderland brought 10
Sunderland,
players
yeah.
in. What do you think wins some games?
we're
I think right now Arsenal's squad looks unbelievable.
strong,
Liverpool's actually looks short.
Can you imagine if we didn't have the depth at the moment with Saka out and Erdogan out, the noise now would have been like deafening. So it's kind of like we've kind of.
I'll go with Arsenal.
Righty, you know Arsenal, right? I know Liverpool have spent a lot of money in Chelsea, but Chelsea and Liverpool bring loads of money in. Arsenal don't. They just continually like spending big money.
We haven't spoke about Chelsea title contenders.
No.
You fancy him, don't you?
I do.
You remember you said it, Jill?
Do, yeah.
I really hope it.
The West Ham game.
Hope it comes for you.
To lose Cole Palmer in the warm-up, I thought this is going to be a test, and I thought.
No,
I know West Ham was
Ham.
good. I know.
I
know, but we're big in Arsenal up there. We're playing Leeds. Like, I just think they've put in a good
Yeah,
performance.
but after the way Leeds played at home the first game, you could have to.
but it's
You have
different
to.
home and
Change
away,
it.
isn't
You know what I mean? Home and away is different.
You know,
but
for a promoted team,
West Ham.
home and away.
Really got to sort themselves out.
Yeah.
Defensively, midfield, everything.
This is a
because
point.
they look really.
You know
bad.
last night,
Corners and.
you know, when you, so you're going to, I know you're on Chelsea. Going to West Ham last night and watching the show on Sky, where you can see all the goals coming.
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, Bowen's walked towards the West Ham
Yeah,
fans, and there's a
seen
bit of
Yes.
words or whatever. But I've noticed this on commentary, and it kind of annoys me. Losing teams. You know when you lose and you're playing away from home and the fans always want you to go over and clap, don't they? I get that, you go over and clap. But there's this thing now that teams do where they all go en masse as a team.
Yeah.
And a lot of losing teams do it, and they stand there and they just clap the
clapping,
fans like
yeah.
that. It's almost like a bit, I know we've like, say what you want to us, go on, say what we deserve it, we've been terrible, we lost. And they stand there for ages just clapping.
I think
And then
it's
before
so-
you know it, someone ends up saying something. So Bowen ends up making an apology on social media, gets involved with the crowd. Listen, they're emotional, you're emotional. Just go and clap, show them a bit of respect. You've turned up, you pick clap, and then just go in. There's
know what
this
it's
thing
like
of
as
just
well, yeah.
standing there
I
looking
think
at them.
it's so
It's annoying.
I think it's so that individual players don't go over and basically
Get hammered.
get pelters
I
or
get
booed.
that, Gary,
I think
but-
that's why they do it.
No, I get that.
Don't
But it's a bit
stand
like
there for
clap,
5 minutes.
and then go. It's a bit like they just stand there looking at the crowd as if like, go on, abuse us. We got beat. We deserve it. It's
But
weird.
the way the game has changed over the last 15, 20 years, I was talking the last week about it, where managers know, and even the managers are going over and they're all walking around the stadium and shaking hands with the other team. You're like, when did all that start?
Yeah.
I feel for Bowen a bit simply because.
Like, yeah, you show appreciation for fans.
You know,
but then-
with him,
Get in.
you look at someone like Bowen. He's carrying that team.
Yeah.
As it is, then he gets the captaincy. Then he,
Yeah.
you know, then they dig him
Arsenal,
out.
best team in transfer window so far. 5 days to go.
Yeah, we'll give it
Right,
Arsenal.
a team from what you would think would finish in the bottom half of the table, a team in the top half of the table that you think desperately need to do business in the next 5 days, or they're going to be in trouble and well underperform.
West Ham.
West Ham
in the bottom.
So a team that you would think would finish in the bottom half of the table, that you think if they don't do business, they could end up in big trouble.
Oh, it's West Ham.
Yes,
West Ham,
definitely West Ham.
Everton, maybe a bit of business.
I think Everton's business has been all right.
Yeah,
I think
Everton would
Everton's
be
done all right.
Do you know what? The keeper, the centre halves, if they're all fit,
Yeah, yeah, they'd
Grealish
be
will give
fine.
them something a bit different. I think Everton, and David Moyes, they'll be fine.
Brentford?
Got that
So West Ham, Brentford.
Wolves? Do you think Wolves could get
Wolves,
dragged
they always
into it?
start badly.
Could it be one
I
of them
put
teams?
Wolves-
I know,
I put
but
Wolves
I like
down.
it. At least Wolves create chances, but could Wolves be one of them ones you go, they'll be fine, go, actually.
They've lost 2 or 3 of the best players, didn't they?
I'm not sure
And they
about
could
the
lose the...
goalkeeper,
Yeah,
What do we
still
think
lose
about
the
Brentford?
They're hardly
Jane, what do we
gonna
think
sell
about
injury,
Brentford?
are
Because Brentford just because
Brentford will be fine.
I
I'm
think
telling
they'll be
They have
fine?
enough about them. They have enough experienced players.
What about the manager? Manager, inexperienced manager, would he be okay at this
No, I think they'll
level?
have enough. I think they'll be fine.
So West Ham are the team at the bottom that you think desperately need to do business.
I think so.
At the top half of the table, who desperately needs to do business? Newcastle need to do business, don't they?
Without a doubt.
If they're going to lose Isak, or if he's not going to play, whichever.
Do you think he's going where we're at with that?
I think
Liverpool.
But who
need to-
desperately?
Liverpool didn't bring an
Liverpool
attacking
desperately need a
player in.
centre half. They desperately need a
If they
centre
didn't bring a centre half or an attacking player in, I don't think Liverpool could win the league with what they've got right now. If Eberechi got injured or was out for a month, who plays centre forward? They haven't got one. They haven't got anything on the bench. I said that, and ARNE Slot heard me, didn't he? And then he made it. And then when he came in afterwards, he went, "I thought you said the bench wasn't strong and all. Like, the kid had come on and scored." And I was like, well, "Okay, no."
Yeah, but then if that's the case, then Liverpool desperately need to make that happen.
But who most? I mean, Newcastle probably ahead of Liverpool.
Newcastle, yeah.
Newcastle
I feel,
need, don't they?
I feel
Villa?
Newcastle.
Villa?
Villa?
Villa, yeah.
Villa look so flat, don't they?
Yeah.
I think
High-
Is there
Newcastle or
another
Villa.
one? What, they just had to sell.
Oh, I know that. Listen, I'm not. You're on about
Again-
what they need. I know the ins and outs of all that stuff, whether they can or not. But you think they need some players in?
Yeah, I think Newcastle or Villa are good shouts because I think them two managers,
Villa look flat.
excellent managers, they just need a bit of a...
But the
I get
manager
the
looks flat. It's like a player. You know, when you come back pre-season. What's the best feeling a player has when you get some new players? It gives you. When nobody comes in, it's a bit like.
Yeah, but Roy, it looks like the manager. It looks like things are happening with this manager selling players. It's out of his control.
Oh, of course it is.
I think Unai Emery and Eddie Howe are two of the best managers in the league, but they're at clubs where they're probably thinking, where else can we go now because of PSR and these issues?
Yeah.
It's like, how...
But Jamie, can I ask you,
Can they get any higher with
I
that?
think Eddie Howe's done a brilliant job, but when he first went to Newcastle, they were spending money, they were throwing money. You know what I mean? And they got the rewards for it.
I wouldn't say-
that real big money,
they were
Roy.
throwing
What they would have thought they wanted.
No, I
What
think-
did they buy the striker for?
60?
60.
Right, you know,
Isak.
they're spending 60 million on players.
Yeah, but I think they wanted to go again and again.
No, of course, that's what everyone. But this idea that Eddie Howe hasn't spent anything since he's gone up there, and he's brought all back.
The last summer, if you remember,
Right,
they had to do a lot of player training, didn't really bring anyone in.
But when he
This
first
summer,
went
they
in,
haven't brought...
they did.
No, but they had to, Roy, didn't they?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they had to. And they moved themselves up. But I think the last 2 summers, they haven't. My point being is, where they are right now, can they ever challenge for the league? They always feel like they're going to be between 4th and 7th, if you like. And it's like, they can't go anymore.
But
you know, in terms of like...
Again, I don't know, obviously, ins and outs of Newcastle, but I think they'll pull something out of the bag the next few days.
Oh, they'll bring someone in.
Deals and where you go, all right, a couple of lads in.
So Newcastle and Villa?
I've said
And West Ham in the bottom half?
West Ham,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Isak will go to Liverpool? Yes.
I was yes, but now I think I'm no.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't like the vibe? You don't like the feel, how it feels?
I just think he'll stay.
Imagine if he was playing the other night for Newcastle.
Yeah.
If they kept 11 players, they would have won with or without him.
If Newcastle buy 2 strikers, Liverpool sign Isak, and Newcastle are trying to buy strikers. They put a bid in for the lad from Wolves. They're going for Wisser. So they're thinking if we get our guys in, maybe that can happen. But if they don't get the people in, it won't happen. But they are active.
If you're Wolves and Brentford, though, you're sat there now quite rosy thinking, we'll wait another few days because we're going to get a few more millionaires. They're going to get more desperate, aren't they?
Yeah, but you think that they've still got enough players, you think, Wolves and Brentford to be okay. When I say be okay, I'm talking about
You know, the thing I feel, you know where I feel for
Brentford,
Newcastle?
bid for
You know where I feel
somebody,
for Newcastle? Because I think Newcastle have been trying to facilitate him, you know. But they want what they want for him. They tried to get the players in.
Yeah.
Can't understand why he's gone that far that side, man. It's just
the
like...
player, you mean?
Yeah. He's gone too
Where's
far.
he training now?
I said that the other night.
It's so bad. Because
he was
Newcastle
saying-
don't seem like they're trying to cause problems like some clubs do.
Other players have come back from that, you're right. But I was saying that on Monday to Thierry. It's like, sometimes he's gone that far that way. It's not like he's being... and you think, oh, can he get back? It's like, he's miles away from where he needs to get back to. That's why I think it's difficult
That's
for
why
him
it's
to come
still
back.
difficult. I don't know how that's going to pan out. It's going to be interesting to see.
Where's
think
he
this last
training
week-
now? Is he in the
think-
club or
Oh, yeah,
what?
yeah.
He's training now, isn't he? He wasn't training at one point, though, was he?
Yeah.
He went to his old club, didn't he? I think a few weeks ago.
Did he?
Training like that, like a pariah. Fancy going in
thought, yeah.
like a pariah, just on your own. You know what the lads think of you and everything. Wrap it up, girl.
They'll bring it.
I am going to. That's it. Done. We're done.